Agent Zero. Change the game. Put that respect on his name. Look, with the honor call for greatness, the chosen few that carry the gifted genius, who do what they do, who possess finesse and blessed with desire, it's true. I'ma say it loud, none other than who? Some swear by Nikes, others love Adidas. Rappers be rocking crowds, I'd rather rock arenas. You may have a nice shop, you super set with the pill. Who made the zero famous? It's Gil. Homie fire, he wet, cold as the Pacific. Some dudes try to guard him, no need to be specific. He dazzled up the crowd as a wizard for years. Was 100% real, it's Gil.
Are we all now live? Welcome back to Gil's Arena, presented by Underdog Fantasy. Whoa, whoa! Whoa. We're live from the Blue Wire Studios here at the Wynn in Las Vegas. As always, we got Gilbert Arenas in the building.
What's that?
Yeah, you got the fits right.
Yeah, I went to the mall.
Yeah.
Went to the mall, right? Yeah, I had to match with the shoot.
We got Brandon Jennings in the Gentleman's Cut. As you see, the Gentleman's Cut. Appreciate you, Steph Curry. We've been going hard on it.
It's almost gone.
You don't want to see full bottles on the show. This has been our progress this week. And we got Rashad McCants, as always, rocking the crown and cigar. We got some things to get into. You're not getting into them? We got a special guest with us as well. From the legendary All the Smoke show, podcast, whatever you want to call it. Steven Jackson's in the building.
What's up, y'all?
What's up, Stack?
What up, fam?
Captain
Jack.
Stack Jack.
Gil, you got a beverage in front of you, Gil?
Yeah, I'm trying, man. I'm already sweating under the hat and every day.
Stack, we know you did a bunch of All the Smokes today, so we appreciate you pulling up with us.
All love, y'all family.
You know we're going to let you get into your evening very shortly. Yeah. But here's what we got cooking today. The NBA approved 2 new rule changes for next season, but should players really be getting texts for flopping? Victor Wembanyama thinks the NBA is less physical than overseas, but will his opinion change when he gets to the real league? And we have the latest on Damian Lillard and the Blazers, and we're going to see who really got the juice in that situation. But before we get into all that, as you guys know, our show is presented by Underdog Fantasy. So if you haven't done so already, go ahead and download the app. Use promo code Gil's Arena. They will match your first deposit up to $100. And NBA Summer League is still going on, so you can get them Summer League pick'ems going. It's getting a little scary around now. A lot of guys aren't playing anymore, but it gives other guys the opportunity to step up, try and get some buckets. So make sure you get them pick'ems in, see if you can win some bread off Underdog, our lovely sponsor. Also, we got Gil's Arena on Spotify, so if you can't watch the show on YouTube live and miss things like Steven Jackson pulling up or Zion pulling up or whoever going to pass this window who we're going to try to grab and get on the show, go ahead and listen to it on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts. So first things first, fellas, we're going to talk a little bit about KD. KD was heavy on Twitter today, talking to the plebeians, really getting it in. So healthy basketball discussion, though. But after a user tweeted the following, they said, there's a saying in team sports that offense puts people in the seats, but defense wins you championships. KD responded with, offense wins you championships, brother. So we know the importance of defense in winning chips, but it seems like the game currently and how everybody's prioritizing three-point shooting, offense has become a lot more vital than it might have been back in the day. So, Gil, I'm going to ask you first, how important is offense to winning championships?
I mean, very important because you got to put the ball in the basket, right? There's only a few teams in history that was designed defensively, truly just defensively, right? And you didn't have really dominant scores all across the board. But for the most part, there's always mostly been a dominant scorer on championship teams. So, I'm an offensive guy, so I always believe in whoever puts the most points on the basket on that thing wins.
I've never seen a basketball game won when the score was 0-0, so I'll just say that. So you need to get some buckets at some point. But, Brandon, what you think?
Like they always say, this game has always been about buckets. So if you can't get buckets, then you ain't going to win. You got to be able to stop somebody, but if you can't get buckets, then there's no way you're going to win a championship.
We talked about that shit before, though. Defensive games are boring. You know what I'm saying? That shit boring. It's who scored the most. You know what I'm saying? If you're getting buckets, it do mean something, but you can't take away the defensive aspect of it because it is important. A lot of the teams that do play defense, play it in a strategic way where we take away your most important elements, we got a better chance to win.
Like Detroit Pistons, bad boys.
Absolutely. Or the Ravens, in football, the Ravens.
The Detroit Pistons, bad boys.
Stack, what you think?
Kind of both ways. Yeah, you got to score points, but like for KD, he'll have a championship, an extra championship in OKC if they could stop somebody when they played Miami. They just couldn't stop nobody.
Talk
It was
about it.
laying the ball up every time when they played against Bryant. So you can say that too, but at the same time, hoopers win championship. You play offense and defense. It's not just about offense. You got to hoop. I just believed in hoop and playing both sides. So I don't believe in the defense win or the offense win. You just got to hoop, bro. Man. You know what I'm saying? Because offense might win it for you sometimes, and defense might win it for you sometimes. You never know. You just got to hoop.
So you talked about KD going up against that Heat squad, but was that just that squad being a little too young at that point?
I mean, you can say that, but they were there. They got there. They beat us, an experienced Spurs team. So the youth wasn't really a problem if you can beat the older team in the Western Conference Finals. We had them down 2-0. They came back. We had them down 2-0, so they wasn't that young.
Right.
They came back and beat us straight.
Nah, y'all got cheated.
Why you think we got
I
cheated?
watched that shit. Y'all beat them at home by 20 both games.
Yeah, we did.
That was an easy ass whooping. And all of a sudden, James Harden was getting all those fouls.
Bro,
Nobody was
he
getting those
went
flops.
crazy, didn't he?
Yeah, they were just. I remember they was like, yeah, the Spurs is too old. How the fuck they get old this fast? 2 games
4
they
in a
whooped
row.
on these 2 young dudes, and now they old. Everybody's sitting in foul trouble. And I was like, oh, they about to give Miami their first chip.
That's when I knew James Harden was the truth, bro. He brought them back by himself.
Yeah, he was getting all those calls.
Now, I go back to the Warriors that we believe, like how you guys would play both sides of the ball. Like you guys was able to stop and neutralize dirt, but still, UBD.
Just being scrappy.
Man.
No stars.
Hoopers.
A team full of trap roadmen, you know what I'm saying? All fucked with each other. You know what I'm saying? Just wanted to win. But that was just a great matchup for us. You know what I'm saying? Dirk was that was a good matchup for us.
What's the funny? People don't understand that in the playoffs. When people ask, "Oh, this team," it's who you match up with, right? It's who you. They don't forget the numbers. Who matches up well with who is the easier road to get into that chip.
But I look at that, even that matchup, when I see how you guarded Dirk, bro, because that was his ISO was free throw line. He thought he was going to take advantage of that, and it was like they never seen Stack play D like this. I think that opened up a lot for you, letting everybody know, like, nah, I get these buckets, but I'll stop the best player on the floor.
And then Don Nelson knew him better than anybody. So he gave us the blueprint. He want to go left. And he ain't tough. You know, that was the knock on him. You know what I'm saying? He could shoot, but he wasn't tough. So
Game banging. I'm
he
game
used that to our
banging.
advantage.
Yeah.
So we talk about the We Believe Warriors. When did y'all believe y'all were going to win that series? Before it even started, or was there some point in that series where you were like, all right, we can get them dudes?
We iced them all year. You know what I'm saying? We played them 3 times and then beat them all 3 times. And that was Don Nelson championship, trust me. He didn't care about nothing but beating them because remember, he was in a lawsuit with Mark Cuban at the time. So he prepared like it was our finals. And, we just wanted to win it for him. What happened after that, we didn't give a damn either. That's what's up.
And I know y'all already
We was overachieving it.
Yeah. I know y'all already told that legendary story about the night after y'all won, but turning up with Woody Harrelson, Owen Wilson, all them dudes. And now, what do you remember from that night?
Well, I mean, my best memory is, BD went to school with Jessica Alba. And her and Kate Hudson just so happened to come to my apartment with BD, and there was a lot of people there, so they wanted to go in the room. They had their boyfriends with them and smoke. But it just one point, and sometime in that moment, I hit the weed, and I just look around, and I got Kate Hudson and Jessica Alba sitting in my bed smoking. I'm like, this is what it's like playing for the Warriors. So this is what it's like playing in California, huh? Only in Cali. Only in Cali, bro.
Only in Cali.
Only in
bro.
Cali.
That's fire.
So KD was also on Twitter today, and he said that he watches his own highlights every day. Obviously, y'all been out the league for a little bit now, but how often do y'all go back and watch your highlights?
When I played, that's all I did was watch my highlights, right? When you're trying to stay at the top of your game, when you have doubt, when you have frustration, you feel like you're in some type of drought. I always believe in make a highlight tape of yourself, put that in, and see yourself doing what you do great. Right? Forget what the media's saying, forget what the fans is chanting. Right? See what you do to reboot who you are.
Yeah, I think for me, I think my 4 years in Milwaukee, I made sure the video guy made a highlight tape of me, and I used to watch it like all the time, like you just said. And then I still go back to my old high school highlights. I mean, I do love me some me, so of course, I'm gonna watch me.
Talk that shit, nigga.
So yeah, for sure, of course, yeah, I watch my highlights all the time.
I mean, for me, it was more corrective. I was a student of the game, so I really wanted to see mistakes. I wanted to see things that I was doing on the floor that I could do better. And as far as like highlights, it's always going to be those bright moments that you feel like, all right, I was cooking their ass tonight, this and that. But for me, it was always trying to break down the good defenders, what they was doing on me, what I could do better. It's always that corrective side. So even if it wasn't me, I'm looking at even in the highlights what Al was doing, what other teammates was doing, and trying to figure out how I can be better. So that's the most important side of watching yourself, is just trying to figure out how to break yourself down and make yourself better. So I'm hoping that KD doing that, because he's saying offense winning championships, right? Right.
Offense wins you championships,
There
brother.
wasn't no offense in
He wasn't
motherfucking
knocking
Brooklyn.
defense
What was that
necessarily.
offense in Brooklyn?
No, hoopers. Like
What was that offense
like Stack
last
said,
year? Like,
hoopers.
you gotta,
Hoopers
hey,
win.
you had a lot of clips last year. You got to deliver this shit, man. You standing on shit like that, you are who you are. But nigga, let's go out here and win some more chips without Steph Curry.
Stack, how often do you go back and watch your highlights, go back down memory lane?
Every week. I love me some me too. Every week, bro. And then I don't mind posting it on my page to remind motherfuckers that 5 was nice. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no, I watch it a lot because I love the game. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I wish I could still, because I coach the Big Three, so sometimes I wish I still can get out there, which I can't. I'm in the boxing now, but yeah, I watch myself all the time, bro. Especially with I got 2 boys too, so I got to take them down memory lane sometimes.
Yeah,
And that's another thing. Like, my kids watch me, so it's like I have no choice. And I grew up in the era of when they started making, mixtapes.
You was that mixtape.
So it was like it already started for me then and stuff like that. But I remember 8th grade, I got this tape of Kenny Anderson, changed my life. I remember watching all his highlights from Georgia Tech.
Mm-hmm.
I was in 8th grade. I was in 8th grade, and I was like, some guy who was like, man, you play like this dude Kenny Anderson. And he gave me the tape, and that just changed my whole game too.
Wait, hold on. You make a highlight tape to watch what other people, your teammates doing?
Nah, I would watch my shit, but I would analyze what them niggas was doing on the floor.
On the highlight tape.
On my tapes, yeah.
Like you put like Tupac behind it, like
I
highlights.
wasn't putting no shit behind it.
Oh,
but
you just film of the game.
Yeah, I'm just watching.
Oh, we talking about highlights where it's just you. Like I be trying to tell the people, blur out the rest of the team. I don't need them, right? But I'm saying, you watching the highlight tape, you got the eyes on me, and you watching, let me see what my teammate doing over here. Boy, you better stop.
Nah, because I ain't never really liked the highlight shit, because I like to see my misses and shit. I don't just like to see all the good shit I'm doing. I like to see both sides.
Wait, both?
Yeah, I like to see both sides.
I ain't looking
I
at
like
none
to
of
see
that.
my mistakes,
I gotta
man. I gotta see everything, but with the good, with the bad, I take both. So it's easy for me.
I got mine when I was depressed in Golden State my first year for not playing for the first time, right? I didn't even think I belonged in the league. Like, it was moving too fast. Like, everybody was so athletic. And Rodney Tension, who recruited me at Arizona, Bear Down, he sent me a highlight tape, and he said, here, just watch that. See what you do. Like, this is what you do. Don't ever doubt your skills. Pop that tape in. Went to practice the next day. I was on a whole nother swag. I mean, I still got my ass whooped in practice, but I was on another swag, though. You know what I mean?
So my guy was Mike Procopio. He was a film guy for Boston Celtics. Little short, bald head dude. He used to send me Paul Pierce and Kobe. And those 2 niggas helped me with my footwork when I was in college. So my sophomore year, I led the ACC in scoring, and it was all about footwork. But them niggas would never send me my footage from Carolina for some fucking reason back then. So I had to keep that Kobe and that Paul the whole time. So then when I started playing in the league, I could go back and be like, all right, this is what I was taking and using in the game. But I never got those opportunities that Paul and Kobe got. But when I did, you know what I'm saying, I could see this. I could see what I was working on. I could see it was flourishing.
So how often are you showing your sons and your daughters your highlight tapes to be like, look, Pops was nice, but this is stuff that you can take in? And
Your daughter watching something the way she playing.
Yeah. Like my daughter plays more like me. My son is more of the new school. My daughter is just straight line. She's just trying to fastest point to get to what she's trying to do. My son is new school. He want to sit there and shake and bake and pop and shake. And I'd be like, look, you see this? Right here. He gave me enough space to shoot. Right? All this extra, you want to shake him 1 time, shake him 2 times. Look, I said, at this point, you're 6'6", 6'7". As soon as he back up, pull up.
Get right to it.
Next time, fake, go.
He's too good, though. Like, he get bored. He want to shake it
Yeah, but that's what it's saying. It seems like these kids got so much offensive skill that they get bored and they want to do extra shit. Just, score. That's the point. I don't care how you just get the bucket, get back on defense to get another bucket. Like, by the time you finish shooting your shot, I already went down and came back.
Ready to go.
Yeah. And Stack, what's your advice for young hoopers out there that are trying to follow in your footsteps, make it to the league? Guys in high school, junior high, and AAU circuit.
I mean, well, one, you know, it got to be destined for you. You can't force it. You can't make it happen. There's nothing you can do to just guarantee you're going to be in the NBA. Like, a lot of things got to work your way. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, I played basketball, and a lot of people in my neighborhood seen it before I seen it. You know what I'm saying? So I was jeopardizing my freedom, all kind of stuff, because I didn't understand that I could actually make it to the NBA. You know what I'm saying? I've never seen nobody from my neighborhood make it. But other people, like, you talented enough to make it. And as I got to Oak Hill and start traveling, you know what I'm saying, being with players like Kobe and Jermaine O'Neal, I'm like, okay, now I'm around these motherfuckers. They finna go to the league for real. Maybe I can. And but I mean, just believe in yourself and just work. And if God has it for you, it's gonna happen. But it's so many people, bro, that I know that say they going to the NBA that never made it. You know what I'm saying? My dream is to go to the NBA, but that never made it. You know, you got very few jobs in the NBA. So I would tell people I don't want to kill their dreams of making it, but have something else to fall back on. You know what I'm saying? That's just the safest thing I can say. You can make it to the NBA, but have something else to fall back on, because injuries happen, personal shit happening these days. You know, people you can be the best player and somebody just have a grudge against you, and you don't know, and you just trying to figure out why you don't make it, and that person just says something to somebody. Y'all know how to work. Yep. Somebody say something behind closed doors, you know what I'm saying? You won't get on that team. So believe in yourself, but just have something to fall back on in case it don't work.
Let me say this, though.
Hey,
Go ahead.
how was your experience at Oak Hill?
Yeah.
For me, it was, I ain't gonna lie, it was a culture shock, because I'd never been out of my hometown, 50,000 people. I'd never been out of Port Arthur before. That was my first time being out of Port Arthur.
Yeah.
So then it's in the middle of nowhere. I got to wear a uniform. You know, ain't too many people like me. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no drugs. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, I'm not used to this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, Gil, man, I don't want to go back to what I just came from either. I know this is an opportunity for me to play basketball and be seen, so I made the best of it. Yeah. But, bro, I tell you, I went there with a 1.7 grade average. I don't know how I graduated, because I had the same attitude when I went there. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to hoop. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But they made sure that I did good enough to get a scholarship to go to Arizona. You know what I'm saying? I just couldn't pass the test. Man,
you know,
it was a blessing. It was
what's
a
so funny is,
Shout
they
out
don't got the
Kill,
test
shout
no
out
more.
Steve Smith.
Oh, Smith,
Steve,
yeah, it was a blessing,
Lisa
bro.
Smith, everybody.
They saved me, dog. They saved me.
Hey, there's no testing no more. There's no SATs. There's no SATs, ACTs no more.
I couldn't pass the SAT either.
How?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I couldn't pass
Yeah,
the SAT either.
When that went away.
COVID took it with him.
That shit is culturally biased anyway.
That COVID,
Facts.
yeah, that COVID grabbed it and took it with him. So just grade point average now.
Y'all could just thank me.
Damn, me and you had the same issue.
Thank me.
Said me and him had the same. Yeah, I couldn't pass the test, and I was going to Arizona too.
No, niggas, y'all just thank me.
My son going to Arizona next year. Yeah, my son.
Just thank me, man.
Where's he at, Notre Dame right now?
Yep.
Yeah.
What you do?
Hey.
Arizona.
If I don't do the North Carolina shit, niggas don't try to clean up their act academically, because niggas was doing that academic shit with North Carolina, right? Niggas was trying to cover up the fact that niggas couldn't come in, pass those tests. So when COVID came, that's when the NIL popped off. So they had to take away the academic part, because that was holding the athletes back. See, Brandon was going to go over to Arizona. You went overseas. A couple other players the same way. Good enough to fucking play any college they wanted to, but it's the grades. And like you say, culturally biased, it could be any of those things. But for me, I was fighting for the players to not only get real education, but to get sports education. So if you niggas is stopping us from getting into these universities because of these tests and all this shit, it's not never going to get an opportunity to get to the league. Like I was saying with Stat, like you a legend and a prodigy because you came from a place, you went to a place, then you made it to the McDonald's All-American. Then you made it to the league. Then you transcended and said, I'm not just going to be a nigga that's just in here. I'm going to be a nigga that's going to be a force to be reckoned with. Rose your whole career to a point where you a 20-point scorer. You could pop your shit off like you was the other day talking about who better than me, Ray Allen?
I'm not
nigga, fuck that.
I had good games against all of them. Why would I say that?
What you mean?
It ain't no disrespect, but why would I say that? I have a lot of great games against all of them. Anybody you name.
You a prodigy, G.
Yeah, they Hall of Fame. I give them that. I will never be that. But when it came to just playing the game, I look at it different.
Hey, you like, they trash.
I look at it different. But let me tell you a burn story though, Josiah. So we talking about the test, right? I get to Arizona. The whole first semester, I get to stay with Mike Bibby. They set it up where I could take the test, right? So I take it to somebody's house, and it's a dude there. I'm so burnt, Gil. Fried. I'm on everything in the world. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not thinking they set this test up for this dude to actually help me pass.
Yeah.
So I'm starting the test and I'm looking at him. He just looking at me. But I'm so fried, I ain't asking him no questions, bro. I'm just like, and just guessing. I'm like, he's sitting there waiting for me to ask him for the answers, bro. I don't ask him one question and fail the test, dog. Burn. But they set it up for the dude right there to help me out.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all because I grew up in the private school circuit, but there's a lot of Caucasians out there that used to finagle and get the untimed test. That was the other hustle that nobody ever talks about.
I ain't never heard of that.
So they there was some mental shit, whatever they had to say, ADD or whatever the fuck it was. They get the doctor's note, and now they get to take the untimed test, so they don't have no limits or anything. Because that was a part of it too, taking that shit, looking at the clock, trying to scramble, worrying about these dumbass answers for shit. And like Brandon, you in fashion, like nothing on that test is asking you about fashion. And you've excelled in that career. You've all excelled in the different things that you're doing. So standardized tests in general, like the only standardized test I need to see y'all do 5-on-5. Let me see what you can go out here.
I got ADD for real. I could have got
sure.
that.
Yeah.
I could have got that.
No, for sure.
I think we all dealt with
That's
that
the only
shit.
reason why I didn't pass my SAT. I failed it at Oak Hill the first time because I fell asleep. Then the second time they set it up. They set it up for me up in Orange County. And then the guy is, so you know how you get one test, you get like 2 different tests, right? Yeah. And then so the seat next to mine was empty, or something like the seat in front of mine was empty, and then the guy sat next to me, and then he had the same test as me. That's how I passed. Yep. And then they red flagged it.
Yep.
They did?
Yeah, they red flagged it. Yeah.
Wrote that nigga name on your shit.
No. I got my name.
Copy everything.
I got my name right. It was just like the writing part I didn't do well, but everything else I made sure I did enough to pass.
Yeah.
But you know, once they flagged it though, I was like, all right, well, I'm going to Italy.
Go get it back.
Go get it back, and now all y'all getting paid.
I ain't mean to cut you off, bro. I seen BJ give my guards 55 points and when I played for Golden State.
That was the game, right?
CJ, Monte, who else?
Steph was young at that point.
Steph was young. Steph. I'm talking about all pull-ups.
All pull-ups.
Second half pull-ups.
Oh my God, bro!
And we went out to eat after that, huh?
Yeah, you know we on.
Yeah, we went out to eat after that, all of us.
55. So I was like, whoa, bro.
Did they make you pay or did somebody pay for the dinner?
Nah, ain't no paying that night.
Yeah, I'm saying
not with me anyway. Anytime he with me, he ain't paying anyway. Yeah.
After that 55, you gotta get a free one.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep this thing moving. We got to talk a little bit. We took a trip to the slam ball practice facility today out there in Las Vegas. Yeah, man, it was just a great time. Got to meet some of the guys, take a bunch of photos, learn about the game. Brandon, you was out there. Yo, we're going to get to that in a second.
Okay.
You're going to get to that in a second. Brandon, you actually got on the court with the ankle braces and all that good stuff, was learning how to hop on a trampoline, going through the leg, doing the East Bay function and everything like that. Yeah. Shai, you guys were out there as well. You see you turned this chair. We're going to get to that in a second. But let's talk about the slam ball first. What are y'all thoughts on slam ball as a sport?
Man, I love it. I love it. It's something that, you got to work hard at. It ain't easy. For me being an athlete, dunking in high school was totally different jumping on the trampoline. I remember Gil was making fun of me because he was like, I was only getting 4 feet off the ground, but I felt like I was so high. But no, I mean, you got to really be in shape. Your core needs to be strong. And you got to just be ready to fly. Like you can't be scared to, get in the air and fly.
What's the hardest part, the jumping part or the landing?
I think just getting comfortable jumping and flying. Because, we fly on the court, but if we ain't flying like jumping on the trampoline and just like flying like that. So I think I just had to get a little bit more comfortable. But if I went back tomorrow, I'd be way better.
How far is the 3-point line?
It's they have a 4-point line.
Oh, so it's like 40 feet?
Yeah, something like
line?
Yeah.
That 3-point line?
Yeah, that 3-point line is a 4-point line for them.
It's like what?
Oh, it's a 4-point line, but that's
What'd
not
you
a
say?
4-point
Like
line.
40
That's
feet?
40 feet? It's like 40
like
feet?
32, 33.
It was
35?
Yeah.
Don't shorten it. Don't shorten it, Gil.
You was shooting it off the trampoline?
No.
Okay.
No.
So they got the line and then the trampolines are inside of it. They got 4 trampolines, but you got to. Have you ever watched slam ball? You watch it back in the day?
I have seen it before.
You ever seen a nigga shoot flat-footed?
You?
So
Yeah, but you gotta wear like ankle braces. It's a lot of protection. You gotta wear helmets. You gotta wear knee pads and all that type of stuff. So you gotta really protect yourself because as you're running, it gets crazy
football,
out there.
basketball,
yeah, all in one.
mixed with gymnastics.
Yeah. Hey, they was out there doing backflips and all types of crazy spins and shit. I knew once we got there and you had to like sign the waiver, giving up your life. And they was like, "You gonna jump on a trampoline?" I'm like, "Fuck no! I can't even sue y'all if I get hurt." Where's the fun in that? But there's some other things we need to address. Now, back in LA, before we came to Vegas, we said we was going to do a shooting competition out here. We couldn't secure the necessary funding to get it going, underdog. The Pick'ems wasn't picking them like we needed to. But we did have a little sparring session, a little
hold on.
makeshift.
Wait. Who said there was going to be a contest when we got here?
Yeah, because nobody said that. Nobody said that.
No, I definitely said
Hold on, because
I was lying, but
I was going to say I quit.
Yeah, he quit.
Remember, I quit like a week before.
yeah, but this was like a month ago.
Oh, okay. I
When
quit.
we were
he said he
teasing
didn't
and
wanna
promoting
challenge
that we
y'all.
were coming to
But
Vegas.
he didn't want to challenge nobody.
But wait, we got to go back 3 months ago.
dog.
We got to go back
No, I just want
3
to say
months ago.
I quit because I didn't think everybody was talking about they didn't want to do one-on-one stuff. So
Three
all right,
months ago, I was sitting on the couch chilling, and all of a sudden I hear Jimmy Butler got confidence. Like, yeah, that's saying you can beat me in the 3-point contest. What? Let's shoot right now, nigga. What you talking about? You got a court in the backyard. What's up? Crickets. Okay, crickets. 3 months later.
Look at him.
3 months later. Here we go. Walking in the gym. There's a ball. There's a court. There's a rim. Yo, let's bring your ass on out here. Ain't no cameras. Get your ass out here. What's up? You want to do what? Shoot the 10. What was the score? You see that cricket? You don't hear shit, do you?
Nate, let me get some Casamigos, Nate.
You don't hear shit, do you?
Anybody hear the score? What was the score?
10-1.
Can you authenticate that?
35 feet.
Huh?
10-1?
10-1.
Bro, hey, you can,
But
bro,
wait,
you can shoot that thing.
Hold
bro.
on.
You can shoot that thing.
He
bro.
think it's a game.
Hold on.
He think because my stats don't add up and all this shit that a nigga ain't got the flame on him. BJ think I ain't got the ones on me. I'm gonna show these niggas
Ones, you
different.
ain't about 3 dribbles. You
Okay,
good luck. Good luck.
first of all, let's be realistic here.
Realistic? 10-1
Don't
is
get him
realistic
started,
as fuck.
dog. Do not
He
get
shot 20 shots before I shot
You
a
see
shot.
how we go? You see how
The
we doing it?
motherfucker was 2 for 20.
You see how we go?
And then I said, want to just shoot?
No,
he
you.
said, yeah. He was
That's
already
not.
hot.
Hey, you capping?
So he's shooting. Y'all seen how I was shooting,
No,
right?
we're not seeing how you shooting.
How was I
Gilbert,
shooting?
you're capping.
Look, there you go. I was just
Now
throwing
you
it
wanna
up there
cap.
trying to get warm, let it win. Then I said, bet the money. He didn't want to
Oh
bet.
my lord!
Oh, that
You know, I'm
Agent
getting
Zero
warm.
kicked in.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Agent Zero
The
never
motherfucker,
kicked
He
in.
made
Agent
9.
negative 0.
Okay.
He was Agent
I'm
Frozen.
just throwing it, trying to get my
He
own
not
warm.
just
He
throwing
shot
shit.
20 shots before me.
He was sweating bullets.
Shot 20 shots before
And you know what he said afterwards?
Shoot, bet.
You won.
I said, bet what I said.
You won.
He said bet 100.
Bet 100.
You
He said
won.
bet 100.
Bet how many times I said
You gotta
bet?
make
He said bet
5
100.
to
How
even
many?
get a
He said bet
rematch.
100.
You gotta make 5. He didn't make. He made 1.
I'm just warming my arm up, throwing it. Let me do me.
You said
I'm
that.
like a pool shark.
Didn't you say this is
Hey,
a bionic?
pool shark win the first game.
Hey, he said this is. He said this is a bionic arm.
He might
this
lose-
is my.
he might lose
This
the
is my
first three.
bionic.
Hey,
This is my bionic arm. I don't need to warm up.
What is
I
it?
don't even let the bitch massage my arm. Hey, roll back the fucking tape on the YouTube. Go back and watch the shit. I ain't got a cap.
Okay,
This
yeah, you ain't got a
motherfucker.
cap.
Hey, I shoot every morning at 5 a.m. Nigga, I'm up. Where was that shit today?
You shot 20 shots
I don't give
before
a
me,
fuck
then
how
say, let's
many
shoot.
shots, because I live
2
weights.
for 20.
This is
I-
today?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
today.
And then
bench
I said, once
four.
I got warm, I
Stack.
said, bet the 100.
You know what I do
I
in the
don't
gym,
want to bet no
Stack? You know what I do in the gym?
Yeah.
I box and I lift weights. I don't shoot no jumpers no
He don't wanna
more.
bet the- hey,
So for
he
me
don't
to
wanna
come
bet
in
the
there and 10-1 this nigga, he don't get to
He
challenge
didn't
me no
bet
more.
the- He didn't want to bet the 100.
I don't
I'm
wanna
a pool
bet
shark.
shit.
I'm
I don't wanna
all
bet
warm
shit.
up.
Listen.
It's a different shot with money on the line.
Hey, I don't need the money.
Hey, take the practice win. Let me know
What
the money's
$100
on the line.
gonna do for me? I'm good, nigga.
Gil
So
kept
now we
shooting,
just need to
though.
do-
Gil kept shooting after though with one of the
And
dudes
lost
from the
to them,
slam ball.
too.
Nah, he won the.
Won one?
Yeah, he won one, but he got
First-
he got into that Agent Zero like once he got going.
Yeah.
Once I whooped that
He
ass.
wanna run. He wanna
Once
run.
I whooped that ass, I woke his ass up and he had to show out for the slam ball niggas. They don't even play.
Let's give a shout out to Devontae Pratt from
They
Slam
don't
Ball,
even fucking play.
who you were shooting against out of
2 for
Toledo,
20.
Ohio.
This
Fuck
man
you
went
talking
2 for
about?
2. This man went for 2 for 20.
I ain't know, but I'm
Shoot
the bum.
Jabari.
I'm the bum nigga.
Shoot the ball.
Shoot the ball, Jabari.
2 for 20
I'm the
first.
bum.
And then said, let's play.
10-1.
It took you 20 shots to warm
Hey,
up.
I'm the bum. You Gilbert Arenas. It shouldn't take
Okay,
you
first
shit.
of all, it's a
You
new
Gilbert.
rim. The rim is bigger. The rim is bigger. Got
The
plastic
rim
all
is
on it.
bigger, and we're farther back.
He went 2 for 20 to
I
warm
went,
up to get
I
used
went
to it.
10
and then he
to
said, oh,
1.
he can't shoot.
Hey, Stack, I went 8 in a row.
6.
8 in a row.
No, you went 4
Bang,
in a
bang,
row.
bang, bang, bang.
You went 4 in a row.
Out of 10?
You
What?
went 4 in a row.
Bang, 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 bang.
He was 8
bang.
for 10, but he keeps shot until he got 10
He got
shots.
it on film. We got it on film. I ain't got a cap for
How
these
was I
niggas.
shooting though? Was I even trying to make it?
I was on the other
Whose
end.
fault
trying
is
to-
that?
I was on the other end practicing
I'm
my
trying to-
dunks.
When you
I'm the host.
compete, hey, when you compete against a nigga, you say you
wasn't
gonna
competing.
mop.
I
You
was-
better not be out here fucking around.
I wasn't competing.
Cause I ain't
was
fucking
warming
around.
up. I seen you take 20 shots.
Hey, you gotta stand in line to go against me again, nigga. You ain't got a chance
He
in
pulled
hell,
the
nigga.
Kyrie on me.
Shit.
Kyrie did that shit to me too.
So we gonna have the real competition.
He was shooting, getting warmed up. I'm like,
He-
oh man.
hey, he
And then
thought it was
like,
a
hey,
game.
OG, let's shoot.
He thought it was a game.
I said, OG, let's shoot. And I was like, wait, let me warm up a little bit. He's like, no, you can't warm up.
Chat, y'all betting on the wrong
You
motherfucker.
can't
I'm
warm
telling
up.
you.
Then he bet. And then he won. And I was like, all right, I'm warm. Run it back. He's like, I'm good. Same shit.
You're betting on the wrong motherfucker because he thought it was different.
Hey man, listen,
He
all that
woke up-
shit, all that shit sounds cute until you bet money and you fold it.
I don't have to bet money.
You fold it.
I don't have
Money
to
on the
bet
line.
money.
That ball get a little heavy with that money on the line.
I don't want to hear that shit.
Okay,
Vouching
40
for this
shots
nigga with the
versus
money
like
on the
a brick.
line. I don't want to hear none of that
40
shit.
shots versus 10.
I don't want to hear it,
He
nigga.
didn't want me to warm up. It's
What-
cute. I
You
get it.
challenged me.
Fear.
You
Fear.
challenged me. Hey, let's shoot to 10.
Hey, who
Nigga,
backed
bet.
out? Who backed out?
Bet.
Who backed out? Here we go.
10-1.
The
You wanna
bottom
shoot
line
Who backed
is
out?
we're gonna get this cracking in
Who backed
LA.
out?
We're gonna get the underdog
Who was
sponsor
scared?
shootout.
Scared.
I just want to see
I
y'all
put
shoot.
the 100 out my pocket.
Listen,
Bam!
10-1.
Bet the 100.
10-1.
We don't
sure, I
do
get
interviews.
that, for
I ain't
sure,
gotta
for
bet
sure.
the 100.
That's all I want to hear
For
niggas
sure.
to say. Hey,
For
I
sure.
didn't expect
No,
him.
no,
I didn't
no.
expect Shad
No,
to
no,
have
I
a
did
full
not.
clip.
No, I did not.
With muscles.
No, I did not.
Ready to fucking
I did
go
not.
after a fucking long ass fucking
did not.
315
Listen,
on the
I did not
bench
expect you to do
in
that,
the
and-
morning.
and
First of
I'm
all,
gonna salute you. I'm gonna salute you.
He was 12 for 30.
12 for 30.
He was 12 for 30.
I was 10 for 1.
You went 2 for
10
20.
for
but
one.
listen,
But listen.
12 for 30.
But you
Listen, I
went
wanna
1
see
for
y'all in the real
10.
gym.
1 for 10.
I
Okay.
need to see y'all in the real gym,
What happened
though.
after?
We need
Yeah,
a we need a
he'll
we need
want that.
a
I need to
real
see y'all in the
real
real
gym,
gym, though.
real
No,
competition.
I'll shoot the muscles
I don't
off.
want to hear that
no
shit.
trampolines.
Y'all know when Gil get loud, he
Y'all in the
capping.
real gym.
Y'all know when Gil get loud, he capping.
I need to see y'all.
It's like,
You see him jumping?
You've never jumped that high on
He
your
never
shot.
jumped that hard as jumping.
What I was doing this. It's like I was doing this.
Oh, that's how you was shooting?
Yeah, it was.
Hey,
I shoot
listen,
just
how
like
was I shooting?
He
Same fucking way. I'm barely on my tiptoes. Cash.
So we gonna
Cash.
we gonna get
Sweating
this
and
I just want to see y'all in the real gym.
we gonna get
In
this
a
thing
real gym
cracking
with
in
no
LA.
trampolines, no nothing.
Bet on the right motherfuckers. I don't give a fuck what I'm wearing, what the crown look like.
We
Bet on the
doing
right
pickups.
motherfuckers.
We doing
Hey,
pickups.
hey, do not put your money on a man who won't put his money on himself. That's all I'm saying.
We gonna do pick'ems. Shout out to Slam Ball for letting us pull up. Shout out to Devontae Pratt from Slam Ball. We had to give him his love.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
Ric Flair, y'all know who Ric Flair is? Look up Ric Flair.
But let's keep this thing moving. We got to
he's
talk
still
about
alive.
with the Ric Flair drip. We got to talk about the most important thing that happened to us this week. Monday night on this very set at the Blue Wire Studio here at the Wynn. Former #1 pick Zion Williamson made an unexpected appearance on the show. We already had Xavier Tillman here chilling. Zion rolled by, seen us, said, "Oh, I got to get on Gil's Arena." Came in here like Debo. There you go. Busted in here, but we just want to say appreciate you to everyone who's been running the clips up from Zion's appearance, especially the ones that asked for permission. Some of y'all didn't. Y'all just ran it.
All the haters.
We're
All
gonna
the
see
haters
it.
too. That's
a lot
mad
of
'cause
y'all
we
was not
got
trying to pull up to the show.
haters.
We were going the proper channels, PR people, all that. Oh, they doing this, they doing that. Zion said, "No, fuck that. I'm coming on Gil's Arena. Got to show up to the #1 show in the hood, live talk show. The hood. Right. We haven't really crossed over to Caucasian yet. We're getting there, slowly but surely.
Caucasian.
But Zion came in to address some of the issues he's been battling to get back on the court, including his struggles with dieting and staying healthy. Zion said he's concentrating on band work and flexibility, not just losing weight. He also said that Bryant got the blueprint. I'm doing my best to follow it. So last season, before his injury, he was putting up 26, 7, and 5. Only played 29 games, though. He's only played 114 games in the past. Zach, I see you over there
Talk
shaking your
about
head.
it.
Past. So let's start with you, Gil first. What was your reaction to Zion pulling up to Gil's Arena?
I mean, it's crazy, you know what I mean? Because, it was unexpected. It seemed like he was watching while he was walking by the glass, like, oh, hey, y'all, this. Because we was talking about him at that moment in time. We was talking about dieting, and we over here arguing about dieting, and he walked by and came through. So, I mean, we have to appreciate, the younger generation, messing with some of us older guys still. Because, we could be hard on them sometimes. We are hard on them all the time, right? What I got from it was, it's a kid who wishes he can just play and get it all over with, right? everything that's going on in my life, just let me play. I just want to play, and everybody will shut up, right? And he's right. 26, 6, and 7, like you know how it is when we going through shit and the world is loud. We can hear everything when we ain't on that court, and you can see like like he really wants to just play, and he figures if he can play, everything else is gonna go out the window.
So, Stack, I saw you shaking your head. What do you think about the Zion situation? Obviously, only playing 114 games the last 3 seasons. But when he's out on the court, dominant. I think Pelicans were #1 in the league at one point when he was out there playing. Obviously, they started to falter once he was injured. And it seemed like for the last couple months of the season, he was ramping up. He was getting back ready. And then finally, they just shut him down.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely a star. He's definitely a player that they need for that franchise to be successful. I was just talking about when he said Bron has the blueprint. I didn't like that. That's Bron's blueprint. You're not Bron. You're not built like Bron. And nobody is. Bron blueprint is built for Bron. You're in the position and the player you are and the money they playing you, your thinking process, this is my opinion, your thought process should be, I'm trying to be Zion. Yes. I'm trying to build my own blueprint, right? And that's the mind frame he should be in. He shouldn't be in the process of trying to saying that Bron is the GOAT, he do this, he do that. But his Bron blueprint is totally different from yours. His body structure is totally different from yours. Probably y'all eating habits are totally different. So you can't use him as a blueprint for you. Be realistic with yourself. You know what I'm saying? Find somebody that's more built like you, a Charles Barkley, somebody, and you know what I'm saying, and try to build your structure or build your blueprint off that. Something realistic. You know what I'm saying? I don't think saying I'm building off Bron's blueprint is realistic for him, right? Because the way y'all game is, everything about y'all is different. You know what I mean? So I want him to build Zion's blueprint because he is good enough, and he has enough skill to build his own blueprint and be his own player where he could be the next face of the league, right? So I want him to start thinking that way instead of saying, I'm going to follow somebody else's blueprint. I can see that being somebody who, the 8th, 9th player on the end of the bench, we talking about the franchise player. Talk about yourself. You know what I'm saying? Be your own blueprint. Don't try to be somebody else.
I think he was talking about when he was saying blueprint, I think he was talking about on the diet side.
Right.
Because, everyone talks about how he takes care of his body.
He spent $1 million something on his body.
And I think that's what he meant by the blueprint, that he spends $1 million on his body. We never heard of that when we was playing, right? So when he said it and we're watching him still play at 20, we're like, what is he doing? Yeah. And, like with him, it's what we have. He has that Carmelo type of body. Al Harrington.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So, there's just things that, that unless someone who's been in that situation tells you, you won't know. Right? And I think he's at a place where he's trying to figure out because he knows, he could lose his career if he don't get his
But Al, y'all knew, Al took care of his body. Al worked out and all that. You know what I'm saying? Still do, but his body structure kept him, you know what I'm saying, with injuries and certain stuff. It had nothing to do with him working. He worked out, but just the way your body is. So I think it needs to build it for him because I know they don't eat the same. You from South Carolina, bro. You know what I'm saying? I know there's nobody that from New York when I was coming out that was eating the same food I was eating in Port Arthur, Texas. Y'all wasn't eating boudin. Y'all wasn't eating fried ribs. Y'all wasn't eating garfish. Y'all wasn't eating none of that. You know what I'm saying? So I know they diets and taste buds different. So I'm just saying he's great enough to me in my mind to make his own blueprint.
Real shit.
You know what I took from it? He's out. He's injured. I remember me tearing my Achilles, being out for so long, and all I could think about demon time. Right, demon time, women, and just trying to find whatever could make me happy. I know we didn't touch on it when he was here, but the things that's going on with him off the court right now with the females and stuff. Like I've dealt with that. I've got different baby mamas and things like that. That I made a lot of mistakes, but it just showed me that we have a lot of time on our hands when we're off that court, and we need to be more productive with it. Start. I know he got all the money in the world. He's gonna keep getting checks and things like that. But I think you got to become more spiritual. When you're injured and you're off the court, you got to find something more positive. Man. We're gonna go crazy. We're gonna do our things with these women and stuff like that. But just my advice to him would be, just be more spiritual and really start testing these women and understand like what you have next to you, because everybody's not there for you. And yeah, you got the time on your hand, and you know what I'm saying, you're not doing nothing. So it's like, you just it starts to become demon time, and you just start falling in love with things that just make sense for you. So
he good. Like that's one thing I got. If I ever want to tell the youngsters when they get into something, Gil, I be want to tell them, bro, you good. It ain't as bad as you think it is.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Right.
What the things that we done and we got away with, that's not even close to what y'all talk about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, bro, you good, and don't let the world make you think it's the end of the world for you, bro. It's a slap on the hand.
Yeah.
Stop talking about it, and it's going to go away like everything else.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I want to say that to him and Jai. Yeah, y'all making mistakes, but, bro, it's not the end of the world. And they will, especially being a young black man that's making money, they're going to make you feel like you murdered somebody. You know what I'm saying? When you do the slightest things. We the only ones in the United States, young black men, we only ones to charge guilty and held accountable for something that we ain't guilty for. You know what I'm saying? And that's how they doing John. That's how they doing. They scrutinize him just because because of the women he dealing with. That's his life. You know what I'm saying? Right. We all made those mistakes. Right. I've slept with many strippers. You know what I'm saying?
Right. No,
you know what I'm saying? Spent $25,000 to $50,000 in the strip club. We've done worse, bro. We just didn't have social media telling all our business. So I just want to tell the young guys, bro, it's never as bad as the media painted it is.
Yeah.
Hey,
never.
Listen, what y'all going through right now,
Cake.
that's level Z. You put that's Z. You Z, bro. Like this, y'all ain't doing A crimes, right? If we had social media when we played, bruh.
Yeah,
I know.
How difficult would it have been? Because even now, after your career, when you see people talking shit or popping stuff or coming at you crazy on social, how hard is it to deal with that stuff? Because a lot of times we like to think that social media is real. The reality is it isn't.
Man, look. They got Instagram. You can hit them in the DM right there. This is how thirsty. We got the Maximum magazine, flip it through. We got the contact number. This Gil Arenas. Till I want to holler. Send, boo. That's what we was doing to pick up chicks.
Not just that. Y'all had to go out.
Yeah, we had to go out.
You had to go out.
Some of your best game was getting out there doing layup lines, sitting on that bench. Ball boy.
Go get her.
That was some of my best game.
That's my best game.
That's all you had some nights. Especially if you know you leaving the next night. You know you on the back-to-back. That's all you got is the
ball boy.
That's all you got.
Yeah, and all you had to do with the ball boy, give him your shoes or your jersey, whatever. Hey, yo, what you need?
Couple
dollars.
And what do y'all feel like the percentage of success rate was for that? Like, how many times you send that ball boy?
High 90s.
High 90s.
What you mean?
I'm just asking you, gentlemen.
Oh, man. Well, for certain people, different strokes for different folks.
Okay, that's all.
Unless it was
I know a lot of boys were striking out.
And like it was less of somebody's work, like you didn't know. It was pretty much guaranteed.
Wow. I'm about to say, I missed that era. Like, I'm 09. I'm 2010, so I missed that era. We was on social media. That's when Twitter came. So I was on Twitter. But we was public on Twitter.
I want to say this, girls. I want to say this about Zion, though. For him to feel comfortable enough to come on our show, not going to anybody else, right? I think that speaks volumes for the young generation, because him not going to anybody else, any other platform, talking about that type of shit, right? The most controversy is, the weight, number one, but we didn't bring up the main thing, right? And I think for us not to cross that line, for him, gives him an opportunity to come back and talk to us, and gives other guys opportunity to come back. And even in the Ja, like if Ja would have came and talked to us after the first incident, like, and sat down with you, I think it would have alleviated a lot of his behavior, because now he feel comfortable that we understand this shit. We understand that you're going to fuck up, my nigga. Like, we're going to be on your ass. Like, we on your ass every mistake. But, nigga, like, understand this is a safe place for us as athletes, because it's only so many platforms where we get to express ourselves and not be judged, you know what I'm saying, between each other. So I commend him for just coming on in the spur of the moment, like, hey, let me go holler at these niggas. And me, Gil, because it's you. Let me say this.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I think it was something you and Gil said yesterday. Y'all was saying, like, we talk shit about it. We have our moments, but at the end of the day, we're still gonna say something good about you too. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're still gonna, like, it's just the barbershop talk. Like, we're gonna say some, if you fucking up or you doing some crazy shit, we're gonna say something, but at the end of the day, we're still gonna be like, nah, that nigga nice though.
But see, the difference is with y'all show and other shows, and why people are going away from all these TV shows and TV sports shows, is because yeah, y'all might talk about things, but y'all not bringing people on here to demean them for people to watch it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Y'all bringing people on there trying to control their own narrative. And that's the benefit of it. The real is coming back in style. You know what I'm saying? You're not bringing people on just to demean them so you can get the clicks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's why people watch y'all show.
And I think that's what our advantage is over media now, right? Y'all, they talk about us.
Yeah.
We talk to each other,
Right.
right? There's no competition, right? We know we can come sit down. I can tell you, you tell me your story. I come on your platform. I tell you my story. We not trying to hurt each other's image. We just trying to tell our story, talk. We all go through the same things. We all understand things like, I wouldn't say that. I mean, there's been plenty of times where we done interviews, right? And when the interview's over with, I say, hey, cut that out. Cut that out. Because if that was me, I wouldn't want that out about me.
Thanks.
Even though I said it, I'm saying it because I'm comfortable with you. Now I have to, as the host, understand that I have to protect that too.
Yep.
So if you go out there and say some shit, right? I'm like, yo, just cut that out. I wouldn't want that out about me. Even though I said it, I wouldn't want. So I've scrubbed out a lot of shit.
Most people wouldn't do that.
No.
But that's
So-
like
so-
you said.
Like
that's
when you talking about clickbait, man, I got rants.
So,
I got motherfuckers saying some shit, and I'm like, no.
so do y'all think I was wrong when I said players with a podcast that are currently playing is retarded, is stupid? So was I wrong about that statement?
What?
Nah, because you was talking. Because the way you came at it was, if you're playing, your focus should be on playing. You shouldn't be focused on after the game getting to the mic and talking your shit instead of just focusing on winning that game. And that was what you was talking about with Draymond. Like, he was so eager to get back to the pod than to winning that game. It kind of felt like you was justified in that statement. Like,
But
a
when
lot
you
of
see
these
like
niggas was
current
talking.
players, like right now with like podcasts, like, so was I wrong? Because you just said like, creating your own narrative.
You just proved the point on why athletes fuck with athletes. You said something, you stood on it. Now you actually second guessing, saying, damn, maybe I was wrong.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like if we feel that and we fucked up, we would say, all right, I fucked up. I'm
protect
not gonna
each
sit
other.
there and
Yeah.
keep standing on this shit for
Okay.
no reason
Right.
because I'm wrong. God damn it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But players need their own narrative, right?
Okay.
You don't know what we're going through, right? You see stats, you see this. Like if you say, all right, who's the top 5 players in the NBA? If you let all the players vote, for the most part, all the players are going to be on the same page. You let the media talk, that's going to be a whole different list, right? So there's really there's a disconnect between what the athletes think and what they perceive versus what someone just sitting at home watching TV and looking at stats.
Just imagine if I had a podcast after the brawl in Detroit.
Yeah, real shit.
The way it was 10, 20 years where we couldn't say nothing about it. We was just wrong until we did the doc. And then now people, but just imagine right after that, I could have killed the narrative. This is what happened. Security didn't help us. You know what I'm saying? We could have said everything we showed in the doc 20 years later. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of that, we wouldn't have been looked at like that for so long. But I'm just saying, if we would have had that, that's why I like the fact that Draymond got, because they can control their own narrative and kill a lot of shit that get twisted, that can harm somebody's character.
Yep.
You
Okay.
know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And you know, we stand on respect. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
We got kids and stuff watching, so we don't want nobody just saying stuff. You can say, man, I don't care what people say, but deep down inside, we all care what people say about us, especially when you know it ain't true, right? So we had to deal with ESPN and everybody just calling us thugs and all kind of stuff from that. You know what I'm saying? If we could have just right after, man, this is what happened. We ain't no thugs. I'm protecting my teammate. How many of y'all AAU coaches told y'all one of y'all fight, all y'all
Everybody,
fight?
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
we
yeah.
could have broke it down that way.
Yeah.
So that's the plus side
Okay.
of it.
Yep.
But then, hey,
Okay.
you
So I was
you
wrong.
and Matt also set the standard. You know what I'm saying? Introducing this player, safe place to talk. Like, that's where the homage got to be given to you and him. Like, y'all
Knuckleheads,
made
too.
it.
Knuckleheads.
Man, knuckleheads. Yeah,
Yeah.
both of y'all. Like, it's
Yeah.
like,
No
but
chill
all the
too, no
smoke,
chill.
like, was comfortable because we smoking. You know what I'm saying? Niggas just sit back, come here to see you and Matt getting that vibe was for the real ones. Like, hey, man, they talking that shit right now. And it feel like we should talk a lot of that shit more often. And now for Gil, the nigga that's more
We was
controversial.
all in
than
pocket together. We was all in pocket
Yeah,
together.
yeah.
Man, that's-
Gil was calling us. Me and Matt was
Makes
talking.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was see, when I came into the podcast game, it was vocal. It was podcasting was just audio.
Yeah, no video.
There was no video. It was audio.
Yep.
And I was like, I don't want to be no radio. Like, the fuck? I don't want to be no radio dude. So my first episode, I'm like, videotape it and then put it out.
Yeah.
Right? And then back then it was like a loophole. And I was telling y'all, I was like, shit, I'm getting paid for the audio, the video, and then patching. I'm getting paid for the same thing 3 times.
Yeah.
Right? And then eventually they closed that loophole and just made it just one podcast.
Yeah.
They tighten up on
like,
the bread.
Like we talk all the time behind the scenes, man. Me, him, Joe Buttons, right? You know, it's like because the space is so new, if we do not speak to each other, we all get handicapped.
Exactly.
Right? And that's where they don't realize how podcast is pushing forward so fast.
Because we in this shit together.
Because we in this shit together. Hey, what y'all sign? Damn. I don't think I'm gonna get that much, but okay.
But you know what your bargaining chip is.
You know what our bargaining chip is now. And then I'll be like, yo, this is what I just added to my contract. Boom, boom, boom. Now when they get up, they know what to add to theirs are added. Yeah. So it's like it's just Trojan horsing.
Bro, just like
versus just sitting there keeping. I ain't gonna tell you what I get.
It don't work like that.
So I want to.
Nigga, I'll get $2,000 an episode. God damn.
Yeah.
It was like, that's it? I'll be getting this.
Yeah.
Shit, the fuck, hey, man, I need a new contract, man. Damn.
That's what you told me. Like, when you was like, bro, you ain't got no podcast?
Yeah,
you
remember?
Like, no. He was like, nigga, you need a podcast.
You need a
Like,
podcast.
No, so I want to apologize. So I want to
Straight up.
apologize for my statements about everybody that has a podcast that's a current player, because now when Zion came through, I now understand why we do it and why we're doing it, why we're getting rid of all the old media, and and it's also and it's also like life after basketball. That's like me stopping basketball and getting into fashion. Like, what if fashion people was like, oh, what, like this athlete think he can get into fashion and all that. So I understand now. So I just want to apologize to all the players that do have a podcast and, just keep going, because now I understand.
That's example.
Yep.
Right there. They won't do that on on ESPN. They won't do that.
Yep.
They won't circle back and correct themselves. They'd rather just stay wrong and let people watch it. You know what I'm saying? Because being right is not hot. You know what I'm saying?
Being right is not hot.
Being right is not hot, bro. They want the first person wrong is the hottest person.
Right.
Straight up.
So I understand now. I understand.
Well, Stack,
Time to drink.
let me get some of that gentleman's, man. Pass that shit.
Stack, we appreciate you pulling up. We
All
know you
love,
got to keep
man.
it moving, man. So if you want to take off now, we done got you for the
I
hour.
appreciate y'all, man. I'm going to do my
Stack,
thing.
Make sure you check out
We done blew the high.
Check out Stack on All Smoke.
Hey, yo, one thing. Hey, man, Stack just gave me this verse, man. That's crazy. Shout out Lefty from Rock Nation. TS, man, we got an album coming out. But, Stack dropped this verse. That's going to be crazy. So I can't wait to share it with y'all.
Shout out to you, bro. Y'all gave me the opportunity to be on this Rock Nation stuff, so you ain't have to call me. I ain't been in the booth, but you woke up the monster.
Yeah, I tried to see you some, I tried to see you some heat.
You sent me some heat.
Hey,
2 weeks knocked it out.
But line it up. Hey, Stack, line it up. You boxing now, and I ain't playing. Listen, you the only nigga that I could really feel like I get in the boxing ring with.
And he told me this earlier, dog.
But look, he know this me.
He sized me up every
He know
time,
this
dog.
me. He know this me. First game, Big Three. We played the Killer Threes. Trilogy, Killer Threes. It was me. I got to go against this nigga, man. He's the juggernaut. He's Suge Knight.
You've been giving me my flowers. Let me give you a flowers before I get out of here. Regardless of what went on in college and in his NBA, he came to the Big Three, dog. And you wasn't there yet, but he came to the Big Three. Yeah, everybody knew he was good, but nobody knew how he was going to dominate. The first year, they went 10-0. And this how they went 10-0. I'm going to tell you exactly how they played. It's 3-on-3 basketball. They give him the ball. He scored 10 straight. Get a little tired, they go to Al. Al scored. They did this for 10 games straight. The game is to 50. Him and Al scoring 45 points a game, dog. On everybody, dog. He dominated the Big Three, dog. And at that time, they wasn't pulling people up from the Big Three to the NBA. But I guarantee if they was doing that right at the time, he had a shot, bro, because he was killing everybody that came to him. He really ran that league the first year.
MVP right at the
Yeah,
10-0.
But look, that whole Big Three shit doesn't happen without him. Like
made
when
it
I
happen.
seen him taking the picture up there, I hit him in the DM. He didn't have the answer.
Yeah, he did.
That's when I knew he fuck with me, because we had prior, engagement like the Warriors.
Yeah.
Kick it with him.
Yeah.
Him and Monte out in Mississippi, we kicked it like this is my five. This is my man's right now. So when he answered was like, hey, hit Roger. That's how you go. And I hit Roger. I got picked number 1. Next thing you know, we win it, and it literally put me back in. I was in a dark place.
Yeah,
and
bro,
it was for him. He fucking revived my life,
He
man.
busted everybody.
For real. And I appreciate
Oh,
you.
you was working with
man.
Dash?
Yeah.
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 I appreciate you, my G. Real shit.
I love y'all boys. Appreciate y'all.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Live, Terror Squad in the building.
All right, yep.
Yes, sir.
Whoop.
Steven Jackson, Stack 5. Check out All the Smoke with him and Matt Barnes, as always. So let's talk a little bit more about this Zion stuff. But before we do, I just want to point out some, like, clips was going around, and everybody was like, how come you didn't get into the other shit, like you mentioned, the other stuff that's dominating the news cycle? We are a basketball podcast. That's that man's personal business. And frankly, I don't give a fuck about his because you know what I'm saying. Like you all said.
That ain't gonna, hey,
Yeah, that don't got shit to do with us.
I mean, I basically just said it too.
Yeah.
Like, I basically just said it. But like y'all said, it's respect. Like, this is a player. This is an NBA player. Like, this is a
And
guy
we-
that went through the same things we went through. So it's like, I get it now. Like, I get it.
Real shit.
I get it.
And just another point to Gil, you can be critical. We can all be critical on this show. But I also saw Gil last night talking to a lottery pick for about 25 minutes after we had dinner, just giving him game. He was with his parents. I'll say it, Grady, Dick, D-I-C-K, Glizzy, whatever y'all want to say, pause, whatever. Whatever you have to do, you say his name. Grady.
He gotta come on. He gotta come on. I gotta ask about that suit. I gotta ask about that suit.
Ray Young. So we seen him in the lobby, and Gil walked up to him and his parents, his family, for about 20 good minutes, because we was all ready to go get our, but just watching Gil give him free game, breakdown. Gil, if you feel comfortable, what were you telling him?
Just tell, basically this is summer league. These stats really don't mean, this is not your career.
Yeah.
Right? Just understand that this is a different league. This is a different game. This is a different style. So don't put too much emphasis or your mental on this part of the game. This is just another step. After this, you're gonna know how to train a little bit more. And when you get to training camp, that's gonna be another learning lesson. Your first couple games, that's gonna be another learning lesson. When you get to your first game of the season, you're gonna be a whole different player. Understand that you don't want to be a basketball player. You want to be a pro. So don't follow the basketball lifestyle where you practice for 2 hours or an hour or 30 minutes and then that's it. Get your own routine inside your NBA season. Like everyone does the same thing during the summer.
Yeah.
You get better during the season. Right? Kobe got better during the season. Ray Allen got better during the season. Steve Nash got better during the season. That's what I learned. And so I'm telling him this is what I learned to get better during the season. So when a team has a day off, you don't have a day off because you have your own program. So set your own program up. Like when you go on the roads, find a 24-hour fitness, get you some shots.
Yeah.
Right? After games, do have your own schedule. Do not follow the blueprint of the NBA because if you do, you're never going to get better.
And just
because
be,
it's a team shit. You
and
gotta
just be there to play basketball, like in Toronto. Don't let them people in Toronto take your aura. You know what I'm talking about?
But Gil,
like,
you
don't
gotta-
let people in Toronto take your aura.
You got to
and try
tap
be
into
like you.
that. Tap into like you say, don't be a basketball player, right? A lot of people gonna fucking confuse that shit. Like, what the fuck is Gil talking about? It's like because there's a difference between being a basketball player and being a pro. Like it's so different because I had to learn that. I'm thinking coming into Minnesota, I'm doing whatever KG doing. Literally was doing the same shit. KG is in his 11th year. He's already a pro. He's doing his regiment. Rex Kalamian had to take me down and say, Shotty, this is not your regiment. You don't do what KG do. KG a fucking Hall of Famer. You got to come down here and do your pick and roll shit. You got to come in here and get in your shit. So when you become a pro, you do the things that you're saying. Going to LA Fitness, getting those extra shots, going in late night when you got the practice gym. Like that's becoming a pro. And I think that's more important than anything for these young guys. Because if you miss that, you find very quickly that you'll be in the G League, overseas. Then you be on one of you be like me, sitting here talking like, hey man, I wish I could have did, would have did, and I could have been and should have been. And it's
No,
like,
we ain't got to talk about what we could have been or nothing. Like we are who we are,
Yeah,
and that's just what it is. We ain't looking back.
No, but like I
Shit,
told
we
all
ain't
y'all,
never
man.
looking back. Shit, we going pro again right now. You going
yes,
pro
sir.
again?
You're right. You're right.
Right now,
You're
like
right.
you
Real
a pro now. You know.
And it's crazy for me to see the outside kind of perspective from people who didn't really hoop. And like even me, I played in college, I was trash. I'm comfortable with it, I admit it. But even to get to that level, but seeing y'all, how much respect I have for all y'all. Rashad, remember you back in the McDonald's game, throwing up the X, balling at North Carolina. But just the respect we had from you across the country. We watching those games on ESPN. We watching that, we watching that stuff. Brandon, you coming out of Compton and going to Oak Hill, McDonald's game with the flat top, but just the swag.
You know what it
going
is,
to
man.
Italy,
I'm still
trendsetting.
swagged out.
And then Gil, obviously,
These niggas can't touch
first
me.
time I saw you, I was a 10th grader at Crenshaw. You came in and broke that press single-handedly. Rover press, one of the most dominant press you'll ever see. They was putting up 120, 130 on teams, full court press, whole game. I see Gil from Grand High. I'm like, who's this dude with all these Latinos around him? Just going coast to coast, breaking the press thing, like, Coach West on the sideline screaming, and obviously going to Arizona and everything you did in the league. So for me, just to be able to work with y'all on this show, I'm so appreciative of just what y'all mean to the game. And when we were putting this show together and your name came up and your name came up, we got excited like, this is going to be the real. And we didn't know how great it was going to be, but just looking at these last 4 months, and we're about to get that bag, Underdog. So
I'm not going to front, man.
that.
I was going to take this job because I'm the best dressed every time I go on the show. So I knew one thing I was going to win.
You was gonna be
listen,
smooth,
can't no
huh?
nigga, I knew one thing I was going to win, and I was the best dressed. So I was like, well, shit.
Hey, and I know ain't no nigga wearing no crown on this bitch. After there was a spot for me, nigga. Let me really rock this motherfucker on here.
Not like, but when we talk like when we're talking like being great at something, they have to remember I watched Kobe. When I'm in the NBA, right? I'm playing, I'm watching my team. I'm watching the players on my team. I think that's what a pro is, right? First bus, 5:30, second bus, we doing our thing, go home, come back. I think that's what pros is. And then I hear what Kobe's doing.
Yes.
And I'm sitting here like, hell no. I took a cab.
Yes.
Went to the gym. Watch him. He's on the practice court. We have a game that day. We're playing them. I went to the practice. I went to the gym. 3:30. Going hard. He's playing like he's in the finals. He's training like he's in the finals. Getting 500 reps up.
Before the game.
Before the game. And I'm sitting there like, this is why he's here and everyone's here.
Mm-hmm.
I need to follow this blueprint. Yeah. And my skill level, when people say, yo, you turned the corner so fast, I got a blueprint.
See, I snuck in.
I snuck in and got a blueprint that nobody was fucking talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the secrets, no one says the secrets is create your own regimen inside the game. LeBron James, y'all want LeBron James's blueprint? Treat it like a job. That means he goes to work 8 hours. We're watching in the finals. He's showing up at 1:30. 1:30 to play a 7:30 game.
Mm-hmm.
That man, he's prepared for everything. That's the difference.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I remember watching Kobe work out. We was in high school. I was in high school. Kobe was inviting young high school guys, Nike was, to watch Kobe work out at 5:30. Yep. I remember my mom taking me and seeing that, and that changed my life. Yeah. So like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then in 10th grade, I was going to LA Fitness every morning, had my mom go up right up the street, take me there, come pick me up, and then, I was working out because I saw that. Yeah. Because I saw, this was 9th grade, I saw that.
And LeBron got his shit from Kobe.
Yep.
He had to see what it was that was so different for Kobe as how he had his game. Like, man, that was the Olympic shit. When Kobe was doing that shit in the Olympics, he had all them niggas like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Kobe doing what? He where?
Yeah.
Are you niggas just not getting up?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go take a nap.
There's somebody else I wanted the blueprint too, but he dissed me when I was in high school.
Nah, you gotta talk about it.
Speak on it. Let it be
Brandon,
known.
we're not gonna let
So
that slide under the
So
rug.
I was
nigga.
like,
Who is it? CP3?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Oh, now it all makes sense. Now it all makes sense.
Yeah, I mean,
CP
I'm not gonna
got
leave.
some-
Yeah, I'm not gonna leave Vegas without talking about it because I just felt like I brought up our last show. Remember our last show when we were going crazy over the top 5. So I remember.
Well, before you say that, so now this goes right back around. So when we did our top 5 point guards, right? I had Isaiah Thomas at 5.
You didn't have him at all.
I had him at 5. Remember, I made y'all do y'all list first.
Okay. You changed your list.
Yeah.
Last minute.
I had him at 5.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And then I remember that you didn't like, you had a problem with Chris Paul. So I
Yeah.
put him at 5.
I know. Yeah, on
Oh,
purpose.
I put him
on
at 5 to fuck
on
with
purpose.
him.
On purpose.
Yeah.
But I didn't tell the story then. I didn't tell the story
I
then.
know, but I just want to
why.
let everybody know that
like,
I had him at 5, realized
Yeah, I know.
he had
To
to
why.
like, all right, let me go ahead and raise and
That's
put him
funny.
at
Yeah.
I know.
Okay.
So what the beef was because like, all right, him and LeBron, I want to say it was Mav or Rich. They came to a game of ours. I was in 11th grade. I played for SCA, and we were playing OJ Mel. It was like big time tournament. Sonny had it, and it was like at Foothill High School, one of them high schools, packed out. They came through, and I'm excited. Like, I'm a Chris Paul fan. Like, I'm like, oh shit, Chris Paul, LeBron here. Like, oh shit, like So of course, OJ Mills, the senior, Kevin Love is on the team, and everybody, and we're going through the layup line, boom, 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 dunking, and I go between the legs or whatever, and you look to the side, see if they looking, Chris, and then Brown was like, oh shit, like you said that, and then he was just like, fuck that little nigga. And when he did that, I was like, oh, I don't
like that shit.
I never fuck with him again.
Like that shit.
I said, because I was a fan. And then it kind of made me like not like Bron either, because it was like,
was
like, I'm young, but I'm young. Like, I'm a junior. I'm the number one point guard player in my class. And I'm like, damn, Chris Paul do me like that? Like, damn. Like,
did CP3 see you looking at him though?
No.
Okay.
I saw it.
Okay.
I saw it.
But maybe I was gonna say maybe he did his motivational, like, yo, I don't want you to feel yourself.
Doing something. Maybe
if he didn't know what was going on.
young fella.
Right. Fuck him and everybody he with.
Fuck him and everybody he with.
It was on some like, fuck, I seen that before. You ain't seen me like that. Like, I'm just, but that was just my ego, and that's just why I was like, oh no, I can't.
Yeah.
I can't, because that just fucked me up. Like, I'm 16, 17, and I see that, I'm like, damn, like, because I don't do that to young, and I don't do that to youngins because, Baron Davis never did that to me. Yeah. So I learned from like some bigger vets to me, like, that always showed me love. BD was always the one to like, oh, come play with me in this come to UCLA, Darrell Wright, Marcus Williams, I'm in the 10th grade, I'm rolling with them. So it's like, I'm looking for that. And I didn't have a father figure, so I'm looking for a guy. I'm always a fan.
Right.
Because I didn't have a father figure, so I'm always looking to, the older guys who are, the ones. So, that was I was in 11th grade.
Yeah, so he had to be, like, because I'm the one who really changed, CP3's mindset. So when he was coming to the draft, he really had doubts about, was he tall enough? Was he big enough? Can he get his shot off, right? I remember Edon was training him in D.C., and I'm totally not working out yet, right? Taking my time. And then Edon said, yo, I have a top 5 pick. He want to train. I know you're the only person that's here. I know you somewhat in shape, right? I was like, I've been, running, but I haven't really been fucking with the ball. And he was like, can you come, train with him? I was like, cool. I came down, met him, working out. You know how motherfuckers get.
Cut it on.
Let's play ones. Man.
Cut it on.
Right? Let's play ones. Man, this man mollywop me. We played 21 games before Edon was like, no, it's good.
Chill.
Right? I'm sitting there he just running through me. Right? Yeah. And I'm not gonna say I ain't been playing, but now I'm watching him thinking I'm sweet.
Right.
I'm like, oh, when the season start, you gets no love. You gets none. You look at those games, his rookie against me, every time we played, I'm giving him 40. Right? Because I knew if that was me, I know what he was thinking. Yep. Sweet. When I see him, he's sweet. He gonna remember the ones. But to fast forward, when someone asked him for a workout, he did it because he remembered what I did to him. I didn't have to. Yeah. Right? But I did it just to help him, give him some game. And I think he did it to Josh Hart and did it to a couple other players. So,
Tina Thompson.
Tina!
Yeah, what's up,
Tina?
Tina?
Here to the glass.
We out there. We out there. Can y'all go grab Tina?
No, I talked to Tina.
Yeah.
Tina and T.Y., try to get them to do a podcast together. So
talk about the WNBA. They got the All-Stars.
WNBA got the All-Star weekend.
That's my issue, and don't ask me no questions.
No more CP3 asses. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Shout out to WNBA All-Star game this weekend. Got to give him some love. Asa just had a game out here. I believe it was sold out.
Asia Wilson.
We was out here working. Shout out Asia Wilson.
Rihanna Stewart.
Give her that video game.
I like Sydney, bro.
Sydney, dope.
No, she's the funniest person on earth, man.
I like Jewel.
Yeah, she's the funniest person on earth.
Jewel is a bucket.
We got the youngster. What's up, y'all? What's cracking? Can y'all hear us out there?
Nah, hell nah.
What's up, fellas?
He like, that's Gilbert Arenas.
They all got the little shaggy curls. They all got the shaggy curls.
Yeah.
Nah, but yeah, so shout out to that. And then last question, just to wrap up this Zion topic. So we had him here, man. I was super impressed by him. And it was crazy to see just the disparity. Xavier Tillman, 24 years old, 3 kids, been locked down pretty much since high school, versus Zion, 23 years old, and just how young these dudes are. Obviously, we're all in our 30s, 40s now looking back. But do you think that Zion will get right this summer and be ready for the season?
I think so. I think, he had to fail. He had to see the world turn against him. He had to see his world go upside down to realize he's not invincible, right? And you know, sometimes, you know, let's be honest. You give a man $200 million, and you can't tell me nothing, right? If I didn't make,
I could tell you fat.
like, right, 200, 300,000, right? 200, 300,000. That's what I got paid my first 2 years, right? Let me have got 200 million when I was that dude.
That's what I'm saying.
Chuck!
So I'm saying, like, it's
You
the-
wasn't gonna get
it's
girthy,
demon,
though.
It's
You wasn't
demon
gonna
time.
get
girthy.
It's demon time.
What do you mean girthy?
It's demon time.
Man, I probably would have had 20 kids, bro.
It's
What you talking
demon
about?
time.
You
That's what
wasn't
I
gonna
said. It's
get
demon
girthy.
I
time.
would have had 20 kids. Man,
See?
y'all crazy.
See, but
I'd
it's
have been in them streets. You could, at 300,000, my teammates couldn't tell me
You
shit.
wasn't gonna be eating.
See,
them
but you
cakes
see
It
what
don't
I'm
matter. That
saying?
ain't my
You see what
body
I'm saying?
size.
It's
I know,
demon
that's what I'm
time.
saying. Discipline.
We're talking about how my discipline. You 300,000. Antoine Jameson, 84 million. He couldn't tell me shit
But
with
why would you want
300,000.
20 kids though? Like you know, I know you're not for real, but I'm just saying, like, why would you?
I'm just saying I would have been
I-
reckless. I was reckless with 300. I was bringing guns to the locker room. You said something to me that I didn't like. I'm pulling back up.
What's up?
Listen.
So has
Anybody?
your perspective changed?
No, but I got a little wiser. But I'm just saying, think about at 20. Listen, I got in trouble at 29. That was me at 29. You give me the money that I had at
23?
29, at 19 and 21. Ask anybody who was on the Warriors in 2001.
You was
If
different.
Gilbert had the money,
No, for sure.
they'd have been like, oh, no, he would have been in jail.
I mean, for sure. I mean, listen, my rookie year, they gave me the ball in Milwaukee and we got to the playoffs. So imagine how I was feeling coming back the next year for my 21st birthday in Milwaukee.
Oh, yeah.
I was turning 21 the next year in Milwaukee. I
Franchise.
had the whole fucking city down the line.
Franchise.
So I already know what you're saying. And I was having my firstborn at the time.
Yeah, I'm just
Like
saying.
right off the playoffs.
Like, so, you
So
know,
I get it.
I think
I get it.
I think because of that cape is off, him and Ja, right? You see the world, you're touchable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So now I think he's at a place where he's like, all right, let me just get back to the basics. Let me reset. Let me reset who I am and just get back to the basics.
He accountable for it.
Yeah,
That's
I
what I
do.
love about
Yeah.
it is he was able to accept, like, you know what? I thought I was Booby Miles, Friday Night Lights.
Mm-hmm.
Booby touched with these Nikes, I'm gonna knock him out. Hey man,
Who,
tore that?
oh,
Tear that
Zion?
you tore
Man,
that
listen,
ACL.
Zion, listen, I ain't gonna front, man. That loop you had in your ear, that ring, man, you know, that's an engagement ring.
That motherfucker
Man,
fire.
Listen, put them diamonds together and just go ahead and get that.
That man had
You know, you know what I'm saying? Go get that loop to the one you
that man
love.
had that money in his ear. That,
He had that Michael Jordan. That Michael Jordan. He had that Michael Jordan.
So let's keep this thing moving and shaking. So as Shams reported a few days ago, the NBA Board of Governors approved 2 new gameplay changes for this upcoming season. First off, league approved an in-game penalty for flops, which will result in a technical foul free throw. And then second, which I actually do like, now allowing a second coach's challenge if the first challenge is successful. Pass it down. Pass the gentleman's cut. Appreciate you, Steph Curry. Are we doing a penitentiary
Man,
style?
I'm not leaving Vegas without getting my shit off.
Appreciate you, Steph, for giving us the gentleman's cut. Very delicious with 90 proof. I got
90
right
proof.
off. We had Zion. I had
Bro,
to take a sip.
got a whole
just
message
a celebration. I
behind it,
was lit for about 2.5 days.
ahead.
Just still cut me down right now.
Talk your shit.
I
Joe.
learned over the
um,
years of that life.
So, whatchamacallit, what was I going to say? So after the rule change was announced, De'Aaron Fox took to Twitter to voice his displeasure with the new flop rule. First, he said, LOL, yeah, refs need more power. Then when asked what he thought was the best solution to limit flopping, he responded, don't call the foul. I already don't know if it's a foul or not, but let's give them the power to also give out a tech if they think it's a flop. So got to know, Gil, we'll start with you. Are you rolling with the new NBA flop rule where players get a tech for quote-unquote flopping?
No, because it's in your hands if you call a flop or not. I'm just playing basketball trying to make a play. It's a play. It's reaction. Like how hard NBA, I'm sorry. Look, this is why y'all stupid sometimes. I can see why they won't give us a pass.
This is why we don't get no credentials.
This is why they don't give us a credentials.
This is why we don't get no damn credentials.
Hey, ref, Adam Silvey, you ever thought about this? Flop. Get your ass up.
Get your ass up.
Keep it moving. Right? You don't have to, if you think it's a flop, don't do nothing. Because if you don't do nothing and if I try to take a charge
Yes.
and you didn't call it, and the guy score. That's the penalty.
Yes.
There's a bucket. There's a pin. That's the bucket. Now, next time I try it, you don't call it, they score. What do you think happens? My teammates start, stop
doing that shit. 4 on 5. We 4
stop
on
doing
5.
it.
Nigga.
You're giving up buckets. You're gonna. It naturally makes me stop.
Absolutely.
Like, so the fact that you're gonna penalize some shit that's in your controls, ref.
Yep. And it's a
Now what happens this, right? You get baited. You call a foul. Where you're gonna go back and then give the person a tech.
And the ball
because you
back.
fucked up. Like,
And the ball back.
How does this work?
It's crazy. De'Aaron Fox is justified to be pissed.
No, but it just makes it makes no sense. It's like it's the ref's decision to blow his whistle or not. I mean, they know how to blow it when you say some shit to them.
Yep.
They know how to blow that. You know how not to do something too. So this is a ref's decision, and they're trying to clean it up by giving a player a technical for trying to make a basketball play. Like if I know he has his arm out there and boom, I'm gonna try to pull up on it.
That's not a flop.
They
It's
don't
a foul.
even. They don't even give you a shooting foul for that a lot of times.
And that's a clear foul.
What happened when refs? Think about this. What happened when you stop calling that?
Nigga, stop doing it.
When you stop calling it, players stop doing it.
Yep.
We adjust to what you are doing.
And not calling it tonight.
Oh, they ain't calling the flop. Stop flopping. Play strong.
Play it.
Like, they acting like we stupid or something. We're going off of y'all. If we know we can bait y'all to call, hey, if you're not going to do it and now somebody's going there scoring, my teammate's going to get on my ass anyway. Because now, does that count as part of the actual tech? So if I get a hanging on the rim tech and then a tech for flopping, now I'm out of the game? The fuck are y'all doing to basketball?
That's tripping, bro.
No, that is crazy.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
That's two plays that had nothing to do with the game itself.
And I ain't even cussed the ref out or nothing.
And that go back to what you were saying earlier months ago when a Lou Dort comes in the game, get one foul, then he get another foul. The referee is controlling the point spread now because Lou's out the game. Certain guys can get this point. It's all about more points, right?
This is gonna, you know what? When you think about it, it's gonna damage the gameplay because now
Everybody gonna be scared.
Now you can dictate technical fouls on players.
Yep, by flop.
Right? Because you can say, "Oh, I thought that was a flop." Tech.
Wow.
Oh, Chris Paul when he does this and flop tech out.
Yep, out.
Out of the game.
Out. Yep, out.
So one cussing foul, they gave him a tech. Now he's quiet. Now he's trying to bait that guy to give him a foul. He falls. That's considered a flop. Tech out of the game. Fuck that.
Wow.
That's too much control.
Wow.
That the game is about to change. Oh, Vegas about to go up.
About to go up.
Vegas about to go up.
The upper room.
Adam Silver know what the fuck he doing.
Nah, man. Scott Foster.
Scott Foster.
About to be, whoa, pockets about to be fat.
I guess
I like Scott
Tony
Foster.
Tony
You like
Brothers.
Foster?
Tony Brothers.
I don't have no problem.
Tony.
Listen, I don't have no problem with Scott.
Tony,
I just
Tony,
say
Scott
this
Foster
shit.
used to ask me questions about how you doing.
Tony.
NBA, we just be saying shit sometimes. Give us some credentials so we can get out on the floor.
Like I said, I don't have no problem with Scott.
They would have gave us a credential. We could have diffused the
Yeah, I
Wemby
still
Britney
mad,
Spears
y'all.
situation. We could have
Real
got
shit.
it.
Tell
Took
him,
it to
Joe,
the
give
flop.
us- just
They
give
got
us
the
the
flop
credentials.
on Britney.
Hey, no, but the problem, speaking of that, I don't know who makes the decision of credentials, but I'm just going to just be cocky with it. It don't matter if you give us credentials or not.
They're going to come see us anyway.
The players that you want to talk to or you let these guys talk to is not going to give you the information that you're going to get from us.
Speak on it, Gil.
Right? So
Let it be known.
So
Let it be known.
you can
Speak
have
on
your
it.
reporters go in that room to talk to them. You're going to get basic answers like you've been doing.
Yep.
I can come in there and actually have a conversation with that guy and in that locker room and get better headlines than you will. So listen, you don't have to give, us podcast players credentials, but there's going to be a reason why that you guys are still going to get the basic answers and we're going to get all the great information.
Yep.
I knew what Zion said for you. For you, I'm going to keep it real. And he also dropped the shit when he was sitting on the chair over there. I'm like, okay, Zion, you feel comfortable, so go ahead and let that cook. But you might as well just let us in because they rock with it. And I think that's what we've seen right here in Vegas at the Blue Wire studio here at the Win. I wasn't going to tell people the location, but I've already been dropping it several times. But as we've just been walking around here doing what we do, the amount of players that have come up to us, we got a big glass window right over here to my right that you can't see at home, but all day long, players just walking through, What's up, Mikal Bridges pulled up, banging on the window the other day.
Cam Johnson.
Yeah, all these dudes see us and they rock with us anyway. So it's a get down or lay down mentality. That's all I'm gonna say.
They just showed it
gonna be
right
here
there.
for a
Look,
while.
oh, they had that view.
New media is
Hey,
here.
so y'all can, just be honest, y'all can see when some things walk by, we can.
What's up? What's up, baby?
Hey,
What's
shout
up, baby? I see you looking.
You know, Josiah got his blinders on.
Blinders.
Me too.
Yeah, y'all got your blinders on.
I got my blinders on.
I don't know what you guys are.
Not me.
Not me.
But I don't mean throwing that assist to the homie. I'm gonna throw that assist to the homie.
And I'm gonna catch it.
Hey, I know you shoot that thing.
I'ma shoot that thing.
See you.
I'm just, seeing Coach K walk by. He didn't want the fade. Just eyes on the concrete on Monday after Zion came through. He didn't want to pull up. Coach K.
Okay, we seen Coach.
We seen him.
Coach
He
K didn't want me.
saw Rashad
Coach K
and
said
Gil,
I wasn't one of his type of guys. He came to saw me play.
Oh, so he saw three. Y'all niggas was like, ooh.
Yeah.
Black.
You know,
Black playing on the
at
split.
Oak Hill. He saw me play at Oak Hill. I came down, shot the ball 5 straight times. He's like, that's not my guy. I said, you damn right. Damn right.
So back to flopping real quick. As we've said, it's a judgment call. So now if a ref calls a flop, can they use one of those coaches' challenges to review it? And are the refs who made the determination, it's like when the police investigate themselves, of course, not guilty. Like, are we going to see flops overturned with these second coaches' challenges?
Man, that's what I said. It's getting too complicated. Man, it's simple, man. Just if you think it's a flop, fucking don't call nothing. That's it. That's it. If someone takes a charge and you think he's flopping, just call a foul then. Foul. Fucking stop.
But it's the coaches' challenges for me, man. It's like, yo, what the fuck is the coach like? Are we already questioning y'all calls as is? So you get another one. Like if we slowing the game down based on like this bad call, that bad call, let's challenge this. You seeing what the players are doing now. Every bad call they think they got, they like, yeah, they doing that shit. And it's like, yo, who the fuck is you? Stop doing that shit. Get the fuck back on defense. Bro, nobody, it's the first quarter. We supposed to just replay every motherfucking questionable call. Then it's like, the ref, either y'all gonna call the game right tonight or it's gonna be a bullshit night. We've had those nights where the night is gonna be some bullshit. It's 8-on-5. We got to fucking adjust. Fuck the dumb shit. This is what it is. But now the game done changed to a point where niggas is just, hey, let's review this. Review it. This shit's whack.
Listen, basketball is in real time. Real time decisions, real time everything. So the fact that you can try to correct your mistake is the problem. Stop trying to correct your mistake, right? We can't make every shot.
Right.
Right? You can't make every call, right? Can I challenge the 3 I missed and get the fucking same shot over with?
Damn.
Right? Oh, shit, I missed the game with it. Hey,
Run it back.
let me do this shit again. Let me do this shit. Let me run it back. All right, you there. 3, 2, 1. And get to shoot the shit again? No. So the fact that you can try to, like, change up, like, listen, if you called it, have some balls. Stick with it. That's it. You called it. That's it. I've never seen a ref until the NBA started doing it change his motherfucking, foul on 0. I ain't do nothing. Oh, you didn't? My bad. Hey, no foul on 0. Foul on McCann. Like, no refs ever did that. Bitch, shut up, foul on you. Keep talking. Just let it go. You make a mistake, keep it moving. You can't be perfect. Even though I never committed a foul in my life, and I've gotten fouled every time I touch the ball. That's my belief, right? I know that's not reality, but that's how I play the game, right? So we know you can't make every right call, just like we can't make every shot. So just fucking play this game and stop putting all these stupid-ass rules in.
So what players do you think will be affected the most by this?
The good ones.
The ones that actually, the ones that actually play defense too.
No. For technicals, that flopping one. Oh, James Harden's gonna be kicked out some games. Trae Young
for sure.
This is retarded. This is killing the game.
LeBron James.
Yep.
Right when he comes in and try to flop, gets
Draymond
out. Draymond.
The guys that actually try to play.
They're not giving 21 LeBron text for flopping.
If
it's a flop, they're going to call it. You know, they're going to make they're going to try to make an example early.
Because everybody's going to be complaining.
Yep.
Wild times that we're living in, gentlemen. What happened to the game we know and love? Stop letting casual fans in the internet
That's what they
help.
doing.
It's like this.
That's what they doing.
It's weird,
Man,
man.
That's
it's
what they
just
doing. They
weird.
let the casuals dictate how
If they
fuck the
just
sport
find the
go, bro.
goddamn refs for stupid shit, then come on.
That's what I was gonna say. So they,
How come we making every rule to find the player
That's crazy.
on shit that has nothing to do with us?
Because players making too much money. They mad.
Like it's like you're
They
trying to
mad.
find every
They
reason
mad.
to
They mad.
find me for your mistake.
They're mad. You guys, the cap is going up. You guys are doing what
260.
y'all want. Like, we need
260.
that.
But I'm
They
saying-
act like they need that money back.
Like I can say, if we're doing something, we have the whistle. You are making the call. You're making the judgment call. And the fact that after you make it, you saying, yeah, I didn't like that. I'm going to fine you for doing it. You put me in that situation. I'm going to fine you. Like, what the fuck is that?
Some bullshit.
Yeah, that's the only thing. It's like, come on, stop with the it's like you're making it a division between players versus refs when you do this, because I don't want to take a full hit from Giannis, right? So when Giannis come with that bump, I don't want to take all of that. Okay,
Yeah.
And that's your
right?
advantage.
That's my advantage as a guard.
Yes.
Now you're saying, oh, flop, technical.
Mm.
It just makes no sense.
Shout out to Steph Curry.
Hey yo, does the NBPA do they fuck with you? The Players Association?
It depends on who's on. I don't know who's on it.
Jalen Brown,
It should be-
Jalen Brown up there now, but it was CP for 8 years.
That's why they didn't fuck with me.
Yeah,
Now
they
I
didn't
get
answer
why.
none of your calls, did they?
Yeah, they didn't
But-
answer nothing when
yeah.
I was
But
asking
when we
about
need
my brand to a crowd or just like life after basketball.
no
They wasn't.
respondo.
I was doing my members only
nobody
shit.
from the Players Association was messing with me. I had to do tough crowd.
I
on
still
my own.
talk to Chris Chin.
Yeah, Chris.
Yeah, no,
Chris
I
is
love
my people.
Chris Chin, but somebody in that organization didn't like, because I feel like, to me, I have the hottest brand that's ever been started from any NBA player.
Yeah.
So when they give out loans to like companies and that NBA players do, and when I was emailing them 3 or 4 times, they wasn't.
Breaking
Nobody
no
was.
bread.
So you think that email was going across Chris Paul's desk, and he was like, you know what?
I mean, no. I
Who,
just
that little
think,
nigga from layup
I mean,
line?
I mean, I don't know for sure. I know he was.
That little nigga from layup line.
Yeah, that's that little nigga from the layup line. Yeah, that's that little nigga from the layup line. But no, I just feel like, I had to point that out. I mean, I'm in Vegas. I'm getting it off now. Like, I got me where I
Gentleman's
need to be.
cut.
And I just feel like, the Players Association need to look out more. Like I emailed y'all 3 times about my brand Tough Crowd, and nobody ever responded to try to help me with it.
Hey, you know what hurt more? If we ask Chris Paul, he'd be like, yeah, I seen this shit.
Yeah, fuck that nigga.
And he'd be like,
And that's
Yeah, he should have did a 360,
Hey,
nigga.
he
He should have did a 360.
all right.
Fuck that between the legs.
he got just the thought of it.
Yeah, fuck that nigga, man.
Yeah, I think I'm playing. Like, I'm really hot. Like, I really don't fuck
like
with that.
I think
Like,
to be
I really
honest,
don't fuck with that nigga.
I think
Right.
when we leave the NBA, there's no. It's not that it's.
We're the hottest out right now, Gil.
No, but
why,
what I'm
why
saying
isn't
is,
the players?
I think it's
we're
a
the hottest out
retirement.
right.
I think there should be a retirement group to pay attention to the retirement
There's
because
retired players.
association.
The NBA retired players.
Yeah, see, that's
Association.
what you need to hit. Not them.
man,
They're focusing on real
Because we
time.
wouldn't be seeing the Delonte West. We wouldn't be seeing the shit that we be seeing out here with certain players. We be,
He won.
I'm just saying,
No,
man.
no,
Nah,
true.
situations that could be taken care of if there was a retirement plan for niggas.
I don't think
We
that's.
wouldn't be seeing that
I don't
shit.
think. I don't think that's. I just feel like they just pick and choose.
There should be a
what I'm
trend.
saying.
Like they just pick it, but that has nothing to do with like Delonte West. I don't want to bring Delonte West up because that's not. I just feel like it's a lot of guys with businesses and brands and everything.
They don't get
I have the
opportunities.
hottest brand in fashion from an NBA player, and I can't get a call from the Players Association. Like why I don't get invited to any of the things that y'all do? I have the hottest brand. One of the best players in the NBA, Steph Curry, is wearing my brand.
Real shit.
Giannis is wearing my brand when he's getting an award.
Real shit.
So why y'all, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so somebody in there that don't mess with, and it's cool. Of course, I'm gonna get my shit off and do what I do, but that's just, what it is.
Yeah.
And that's just how, and
Brandon,
that's how I
I'm gonna
feel
keep it
about
real. Your entertainment game is the exact same way. So
No,
Tell
I
them,
just
tell
think
them,
being real.
Tell
I know.
them about it, man.
I just think they
I know.
just.
they don't fuck with you.
But
you got to go take it.
But I just feel like because I started my own thing, and by the time I'm 33 now, by the time I'm 35, 36, yeah, I can,
You're only 33.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I just
I'm
thought
only
in my head.
33. So when Tough Crowd becomes like, by the time I'm 36, don't try to come ask me for anything.
Right.
I hold grudges.
Real
As
shit.
y'all saw.
Real
I
shit.
hope
As
that.
you saw.
I hope
Since
that.
layup
But-
line.
He didn't say nothing to him. He could have. Hey, Chris Paul could have clapped the whole game for. Oh yeah, he's
Yeah.
all he
I saw
remember was
that
this.
one. Yeah.
Man, fuck that nigga.
Yeah.
He said, "That's
As
all."
a youngin', yeah.
That's thick with you.
Ask any youngin'. Ask any youngin'. That's why I don't diss no youngin'. I don't diss no youngin'. I wasn't brought up like that. I'm sorry.
But do you think that's helped? Because I know it's with you guys too. You guys are always willing to give up game, and we had talked about this before. Y'all think on No Chill, but it was basically like back in the old days, that veteran generation was not fucking with you because you were coming in and impeding on their bags.
For sure.
Yes.
But even from the standpoint too of coaching kids and being involved in AU, so it's so wild to me to see all that because you really didn't see that back in the day. Like even my pops, he wasn't really coaching, or he was out getting his flares out doing what he was doing. But now I see so many dads coaching their sons, coaching their daughters. But y'all giving free game, walking around the hotel, talking to these rookies and stuff like that. It seems like there's just been a shift now in how y'all approach the game and also want to give back to the game.
Like even with me, let's say the Players Association, right? The guys who make the decisions on like lockouts and rules. If you ain't a top tier player, you should not be in that room.
Real shit.
Where? What room?
That the meeting, the boardrooms,
When they talk about the lockout.
when they're talking about locking out, this is why. If you let players that make 200,000, 400,000, they don't give a fuck about the rule. They thinking about their bag. They thinking about, oh shit, if we have a lockout, I ain't gonna be able to pay my bills. I'm gonna have to do this. So they're gonna go against whatever's best for everyone, right? Versus you have Steph, you have KD, you have Kyrie, you have these guys who have the bags. If the rule don't make sense to them, they're not gonna fold.
Right.
Like that
They
don't
gonna stay
make
with
sense.
it. They gonna
Like
stay
that's
with
not. They're not going to give up rules for the youth, right? Like every time there's.
Why not though?
Why? Because it doesn't affect them.
Yeah.
I make $200 million. Let the high school kids come in. That don't affect me.
Oh,
That affects it.
Oh,
That
okay, you're
affects-
saying so they would agree.
Yeah.
They would agree.
They
Yeah.
would help for the young.
Yeah,
guys.
they will
okay,
protect
okay.
the youth because it don't affect them. The people who's not going to protect the youth is the 15th guy, the 14th guy who's in
Yeah.
the Players Association.
He thinking about
stuff.
himself.
He's
I
thinking
looked
about
up the
himself.
names. I looked up the names on the Player Association name. Grant Williams, like, you know.
Yeah, that's- I mean, that's what I'm saying.
Still trying to,
we
you
letting
know.
it be
that-
known
that-
today.
that-
Hanging on.
like,
huh?
Hanging on. They
Just
hanging
trying to
on.
hang
But that's
on.
what I'm
I
saying.
seen them names. I said, oh yeah, we're.
But that's why there's easy
We're
lockouts. Like if I'm in a lockout,
Please.
I'm looking out with my bag. No, I'm not gonna give up high school kids for what? This is real shit, people. The lockout that gave up the high school kids in 2004. It was for an extra day of All-Star break weekend.
That was it?
Extra day of All-Star weekend, and then 51-49 revenue split.
The 51-49. I remember that.
We gave up all the youth coming from high school to the NBA for 51-49 us in an extra day in All-Star weekend.
That's crazy.
Does that sound like some rich? Does that sound like some rich players thinking right there?
No.
Hell no.
No.
Because rich players don't need extra day in All-Star because they're the All-Star. It's that man who
too.
trying to take his family to Cancun.
But that was a conversation KG was telling me when they was going through the lockout the first time. And he was like, there was only a certain amount of niggas that had that big bag, the max bag, and he was one of them. And they wanted him to act as the bank to kind of like loan out money to certain, because he was the only nigga that had the bread. And he didn't like the fact that he wasn't a voice in the conversation to be able to say and change the narrative. And they just leaned on him. Like, oh, all right, with KG, we can just go reach out to him. And nah, nigga.
The
Yo,
bank
look at
of
these people on the
KG.
NBPA. I'm still on, because they don't fuck. Like, bro, I asked for help 3 times, bro. I'm hot.
All right, let's go.
Grant Temple.
Who's that?
Exactly. Garrett Temple.
Okay.
Okay. Donovan Mitchell, still trying to get it. Jaron Jack Jr., Vice President. Jaylen Brown, I fuck with him, Vice President. Malcolm Brogdon, Vice
No
President.
money.
There's a lot of Celtics on.
No money. Yep.
Him.
Just
Harrison
Some
Barnes,
Harrison Barnes.
Grant Williams,
No
and
money.
CJ McCullins.
Hold on,
Right.
go back. No, nigga. You
Nah,
cannot go
I'm
somewhere.
done.
Who
I'm
is
done.
that?
Yeah, I said it. All right.
That's your process.
I'm just, because I can go in there right now and get everybody right. Fashion-wise, everything. Why they not fucking with me, bro?
Do you think they want to be fitted though?
Why not? Everybody wants to look cool. in this era. Everybody
fair.
wants to look cool, right?
This is
Everybody
fair.
wants to look cool.
This is fair.
Yeah, bro. Like, you
Now
know,
the fucked up part is everybody in the chat about is like, man, who is that he's talking about? And then when they see it, they go laugh
I'm
like,
hot.
all
I
right.
didn't come to Vegas for this. I'm getting my shit off, bro.
Gentleman's cut,
I'm hot.
nigga.
I am mad. It ain't even. It's just
got
like,
me
yeah,
sweating.
like I got the hottest brand in the league, and y'all don't fuck with me. Like, what is going on?
Hey, Steph,
Like, what
you
is
see
going
what
on?
you see what your drink did to this man?
90 proof.
He on
90
TV.
proof.
I got 10% of being cool. Right now, I'm on 90.
I'm on 90.
I'm hot.
What's up?
Shout out
Everybody
to
want to talk to me.
gentleman's cut.
Everybody want to talk to me in the lobby.
What's up?
Nah, watch out. Don't say nothing to me.
leave
I never
me
like to
alone,
think
nigga.
for another man, but if I'm Steph Curry, I'm probably getting Brandon's address, Gil's address, Rashad's address. I understand my place is just a host. And sending cases of this gentleman's cut.
Yeah, we need this, gentlemen.
We need the cases.
because we're like gentlemen.
Some more, nigga. I
We're
need
like
some
gentlemen.
more, nigga. Can I
Watch
get some
next
more?
year. Watch next year. I'm gonna be like on the end, like on their stuff, on their staff. Watch next year.
Why not?
Look, we
nigga?
got the Win Cup. We got the Gentleman's Cut. Shout out to the Win. They've been very gracious, supplied
Look at that.
fantastic
He
rooms.
signed it. Steph Curry signed it too.
My only beef with the Win, the room service, like hour, 10 minutes, guys. Let's get that
That's
time
what I'm
down.
saying. It was $80 for some broccoli and some spinach and some rice.
This is Vegas in general now. Me, I remember back in the day, we used to come for the Easter Classic in tournaments like that. The buffets was like $7. To get everybody to the casino to spend that bread. Now everything is on premium, the gourmet dining experience.
Man,
Wait, so
Panda
there's no
Express is
buffet
$12,
anymore?
man.
They got the buffet right next door to the studio. But the line be out the door. Now even that is a big attraction. It's like an hour to get
Well, I
in
don't
here.
eat breakfast. So I don't
Damn, they
gotta
gonna cut off my health insurance, huh?
Yes, they are. You do not get to use this card.
Hey,
no
you
more.
better do that NBA scam.
That's what I'm about to say.
Nah, I ain't doing
Get the
that.
same root canal done.
Hey,
2
yeah,
times.
nah,
It's like
root
They
canal
gonna, like
done.
hey, they gonna turn my shit off. Man.
That smile
That's
too
cool.
pristine.
I mean, they been cut me off.
Denied. Loan denied, nigga.
Yeah, they've been. I've asked 3 times. So
So you talked about the next generation, younger generation. Let's talk about Victor Wembanyama. He only played 2 games out in Summer League, but after dropping 27 and 12 in his second game, he was asked about the differences in style he's noticed in the French Pro League versus NBA Summer League. Wemby offered this response. First of all, the court is more open. It's going fast, but it's less physical. I get fouled a lot, but not as much. Nothing to compare. Here, players are just flying. Out there, it's more on the ground, pushing on the ground, big box outs. Here is great athletes, the best in the world, way more talent. But I like this better, though. So when you hear that, what are your thoughts on Wemby's comments?
At first, you would say bullshit, and then when you think about it, every European player said the same thing.
Yep.
Right? They all said, this is easier. In reality, think of like overseas, they don't really have athleticism. So everything is groundwork, right? It's like back in the 70s and 80s, right? When it's just all Caucasian for the most part. Before
And they can sit in the lane,
everything,
too. And they can sit in the
everything
lane.
is brute. You know,
Yeah.
you're trying to push people out. You're trying to take charges. You're trying to fight for rebounds. Here, we're trying to jump over or around you, right? We're trying to euro around you. We're trying to jump over you. So for him,
Open
being
space.
big, everyone's trying to be skilled with him, right? They're trying to really do it. They're not trying to play that tough man basketball. So I can understand. But at first, when you're thinking about it, you're like, oh. And then you're like, well, Lucas said the same thing. Dirk, everyone said the same thing, that it's softer here compared to.
Here's
Yeah,
the
I
difference,
mean-
though. Let me go.
all right, go ahead,
Let
go
me
ahead.
talk
Yeah.
my shit a little bit.
All right.
Because I've been over. I played.
I'll take the red man
I
from you.
started
You feel
over
me?
there. I started
played
over
in
there.
a lot of different leagues overseas. So, like, he can say that in reference to them niggas don't do nothing but fucking foul you. The refs allow that shit, nigga. It's niggas in the lane. Ain't no fucking 3 seconds, no 2.5, no none of that, 2.9, none of that. So it's almost college basketball, and they foul you every time. Ain't no motherfucking easy road. So for him to be like, oh, it's soft. Luka say the same shit. Luka like, hey, I'm getting my numbers because this shit is way easier. That's because we got soft. We went away from the foul era where we can motherfucking knock niggas down and hit them and all that shit. And overseas, they really over there about that life. Like, the coaches send them niggas in to fucking foul you. Period.
Yeah. No, I can piggyback on that because I started my career. Like, you know, like when people was like, oh, he's in China, he's over. Remember, I started my career overseas, like out of high school. So playing in Europe was nothing to me. I always felt like God made sure like that was a lane I can go back into unless the NBA didn't work out. So yeah, I mean, listen, when I first got there, man, I'm playing against Ricky Rubio. He's way advanced than everybody. I was playing against like all type of pros, Eric Boykins.
Yep.
You know, just a lot of pros, and it was just like it was so physical. Like even bringing down the ball, it's like they right here. Like you know, like you gotta find your way. And but that just made me more like stronger and more mentally stronger as I got to the league my first year.
Real shit.
So United States still runs shit when it comes to the global basketball game. I think that's not a conversation. But international players are currently dominating the league. You got Embiid, Joker, Giannis finishing top 3. SGA, I believe, finished 5th. Tatum was 4th. So that's 4 of the top 5 guys who aren't United States-born players. So does America need to take back its respect in basketball?
Yes, because I feel like right now, it's only probably, man, it might be one player that's American that's top 5 right now in the NBA.
Stop.
Okay.
Top 5?
That's fine.
Top
That's
5.
fine.
The best players?
Yes.
Like being an
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about. He just
No,
listen,
I'm talking about
fuck all
best.
that. Listen,
Best?
listen. Yeah, okay, let's go Luka. Right? Let's go Embiid. Let's go Jokic. Let's go Giannis. And, I'm drinking 90%.
There
You
ain't
know
no
what I'm
Curry.
drinking?
There's no.
Yeah, Curry's right
There
here.
ain't no KD. There's no Kyrie. What are you talking about?
You talking about the hottest, best
We're
player
not
right
talking
now.
about hot. We're not talking about records here. We're not talking about the top 3
Top
teams
5
who got the
right now.
who has the
Top
best.
Top 5 right now.
5 best players.
It's at least-
Take your record
It's
out
at
of
least
it.
4 Europeans in
This
the top.
has no record.
It's at least 4.
We're not
4
talking
Europeans
about
in the
You
top
top.
said KD still in the top 5?
Fuck yeah.
Come on, Gil. Come on, Gil.
What?
Luka
Come on,
not in the
Gil.
top 5?
Come on, Gil. Come on, Gil. And I love KD.
Hold on.
And I love KD. And I
Luka
love
not in the
KD.
top 5?
But right now, we talking about right now?
Luka-
Right now.
Luka
Right
not in
now.
the top
We're talking about
five?
right now.
Right
Luka
now.
not in the top 5?
Luka not in the top 5?
What?
me
Over
go.
who?
What do
me
you mean?
go.
for
Over
who?
who?
Nigga, just answer the question. Is Luka not in
Here
the
we
top
go
5?
again.
Name the
Let
top
me
five.
leave. Let me leave
let
right
me-
now.
let
If
me
it's
name
not
some.
4 Europeans in
So-
the top 5, I'm out. Bro.
Luka not in the top
But
5?
y'all better work
4
on y'all.
Europeans?
Man, y'all better work on y'all game. Y'all better work on y'all game.
Y'all think like KD.
Better work on
Y'all
y'all
think
game.
about KD like he's sleep.
No, we're not. No, we're not.
KD.
No,
See,
it's
KD.
Joel
Who's,
Embiid.
first of
There
all,
you go.
who's better than KD?
I just named 3 names.
Who?
Right now?
When we talking about getting buckets and playing basketball,
Jason
who's
Tatum.
better
Jason
than
Tatum.
KD?
Jason Tatum.
Get the fuck out of here.
Hey,
And
first
that's
of all-
zero. That's my zero.
Hey,
But y'all
Tatum.
better stop
Hey,
bullshit.
Jason Tatum.
Y'all better stop playing.
I'm going with Jason Tatum.
Them records fucking y'all.
Jason
Hey,
Tatum.
McKen, we talking to somebody that like losing. You ain't talking
See,
about
that's why
nobody
y'all
that's
putting
winning.
winning in it. Y'all
Yeah,
talking about
of
the
course,
better
nigga.
teams.
Of course.
No,
Of
we're not
course.
talking about the
Of
best
course.
team.
Yeah,
You're saying
no,
the
we're
best
talking-
player.
If you're the best player
Not
on your
the
team
best
is winning.
player on the
If you're
best
the
team.
best-
KD, you saying KD
We're
the best
not
player?
talking the best player on
You
the
said
best team.
KD the best
We're
player?
talking about put them 5 out there. Who's gonna be the best player?
I don't even
Right
think.
now.
We're not talking about
Hey,
right
you
now.
won
Hey,
60
I got a
games. You
bet.
want no.
Hey, I got a bet right now. I bet you the USA team don't win the Olympics. Yeah, let's talk about it.
Hey,
Yeah, let's talk
hey,
about it.
We got the World
Let's talk
Championships
about it.
coming.
Steph,
let's
World
talk about
Championships
it.
first.
No,
Let's
he
talk
said
about
Steph was in.
Steph.
He said
Yeah,
Steph was
Steph.
in.
Steph.
He
Steph
is
said
my nigga.
Steph was in.
You see what I got
Steph
on?
is the number.
Steph.
He's the
Put the
one.
camera on me. You see what I got on?
Steph.
He said
I'm here.
Steph was
If you
in.
I'm here.
Steph,
I'm
if
here
you
with
He
listening,
said Steph
I'm here
was
with
in.
30.
no, Steph, if you listening,
I'm here with 30. I'm about to go see Steph after this. Don't worry.
90 proof is a little too strong
No, it
for
ain't.
B. Jennings.
No, it ain't.
No one put it down to 40 proof because
Look,
that's what
I'm
he used
giving
to.
KD the last.
Put it down to 40 proof.
Let's say, look, 2 years ago, I'm putting KD top 5. But Luka has emerged.
All them Europeans have. If you put the best European players on a team right now against the American players, we will fucking lose.
I guarantee we
Let's
play
not-
one-on-one right now. They all get their ass boxed.
Hell yeah, they would.
They gonna get their ass
Hell
boxed.
No, they would not.
The
No,
fuck
they
are y'all
not.
talking
You
about?
saying one-on-one?
KD
No, they
gonna
would
box
not.
the fuck
KD
out.
is-
Kyrie
KD
gonna
no,
box.
they
KD
would
is
not.
number
Kyrie
one.
gonna box the
One-on-one.
fuck out these
Hey,
guys.
Gil,
The
we not talking
European players
one-on-one.
are-
One-on-one is the best
The-
player.
But we're not
We're
talking.
not talking about no team shit here.
Yeah, we are.
We're
Yes,
talking
we
about.
are.
We are.
Hold
We
your
are.
own.
We are.
Gilbert.
Okay.
No,
We're
Hold
not
on.
talking about one-on-one.
Nigga, y'all ain't playing around.
You're
We're
saying
not
Y'all
talking
just ain't playing
one-on-one.
around.
You're saying the
KD
best.
is a cheat code
You're
one-on-one
saying,
against
wait, hold
anybody.
on, hold on,
nigga.
hold on.
You can't say
Hold
that.
on, so we have
KD's a cheat
So,
code,
hold
my
on.
nigga.
Yeah, man.
You
So
can
we
never
have-
have that
bro.
conversation, man. KD is a cheat
Bro,
code
I'm
against
saying,
any
bro, it's a
fucking body,
hostile
bro.
territory out
We're
here,
saying
bro.
who is the best player.
No, we're not. We're saying top 5 players
Best
in the league.
players.
No, you changing it. You changing
Then
it.
what? Then tell me your criteria.
They said top
Then
5
tell-
players right now.
But
He
at
said
what?
he said the top 4
At what? No. Give me your criteria.
in the
There's no cri-
NBA.
there's no
Because if you're
criteria.
saying one person is a cheat code, that's how good he
No,
is.
and
Then you
one-on-one.
don't have him.
And
Then you
one-on-one.
don't have him in the top 5. Something's wrong
No,
here.
because
Tell
that's
me your criteria.
one-on-one.
Tell me your criteria.
We're playing NBA basketball.
With
We're
a
not
team?
playing
He's
fucking
losing the
one-on-one.
argument. He's
Wait,
losing
so
the
we're playing
argument.
with a team? Yeah, they use your team. Okay, then I want Steph Curry and KD when they on the Warriors.
They not on the Warriors no more, Gil.
Like I'm talking
They're not on the Warriors.
Why are you using team to say you're the best?
He's
year,
losing the
top
argument.
5, nigga.
So when Michael Vick's team was sorry, was he not the best quarterback? Because his team sucked.
I'm gonna give you the Chris Paul.
You gonna give him the Chris Paul?
Like, come on, man. Like, what are we talking about?
We're not talking about
I don't want
one-on-one.
team. I don't want team.
We're not
Stop
talking
saying
about
team.
one-on-one.
Hold your own.
Okay.
If you're saying the best player,
Okay.
that means if I say him play one-on-one. If you say, oh, he's too good, then how the fuck can you say you're the best player in the
But
world?
we're not
the
saying
best
that.
Player
The
in the
best
world,
player in the world won the championship.
No,
His
that's
name
not.
is Jokic.
Thank you.
Jokic won the championship, and he led
I don't
his
go
team.
by.
He's the best player
I don't
in
go
the
by those
world.
criteria.
Okay, well then, I mean,
I don't play basketball. I don't play basketball as those criteria.
No, you play basketball to make
The
money.
most unstoppable nigga is the best player in the
No,
NBA.
it's not, because he ain't.
Who's
He's
the
the
most
most
Kobe,
Kobe, that nigga's losing.
when Kobe won,
That nigga's losing.
When Steve Nash won the MVP, Kobe was the best motherfucker on the planet.
that's fine.
The MVP
Steve
or the
Nash didn't win the
championship
championship.
or the champion did not say he was the best. Kobe Bryant was the best motherfucker walking this
Who won the
planet.
championship
I
that
don't
year?
give a fuck who won it.
Who won it?
Hey,
Tim
what's up?
Duncan?
Hey,
I don't
no.
give a fuck who won it.
Dwayne Wade.
I don't care who won it.
Dwayne Wade won
I
it.
don't care who won it.
Hey, we talking about Kobe Bryant.
I don't
Kobe
care.
Bryant.
Kobe Bryant, the best nigga anytime
I don't
he
care
in
who
the-
won it.
Anytime.
Anytime he
Your
in.
team-
So
You're
please,
tripping.
yeah, he's
Now
losing
he
the
tripping.
argument.
Oh, now
He's
I'm
losing the
tripping.
argument. He's losing the
He
argument.
tripping. Wait,
You're losing the argument.
wait,
You're
hold
losing the
on.
argument. You're losing the
You
argument.
just proved my argument.
You're losing my
Tripping,
argument.
You
Gil.
just proved it.
You're losing the
No,
argument.
because you're talking one-on-one. You don't want
Yeah.
to talk about
That's
team.
what I'm
talking about. None of
Nigga,
that.
this is basketball, nigga.
talking about none
We're
of
not
that.
playing in the fucking LA
nigga,
Fitness
win.
one-on-one.
Win.
KD, pull up, play one-on-one.
Sorry.
Fuck
Go
that
ahead.
shit. Nigga, you gotta be able to play 5-on-5 basketball, nigga.
So what's
you
the
ain't
five?
fucking playing one-on-one.
What is the five?
all right.
What is the five?
Okay,
Nigga,
so
what is the
the
five?
best five in the NBA right now is Luka, Murray, Bam, and Jimmy Butler. Is that how we doing that?
Lord,
They got the best team.
mercy.
They went to the finals.
Trap,
How we doing? They went to the finals.
This is the type of reaching he does.
When he losing the
I'm trying to
argument.
figure how we.
You
What's the
reaching.
criteria?
But who's the five?
No,
Who's
what is the
the
criteria?
five?
No, before the five. What is the actual criteria that
game.
you're going
He
by?
just said best
Game.
five in
The
the
best
league right
game.
now. Best five in the
So
league.
your record don't matter about your game, yourself.
Man, I'm just talking about like what I'm seeing right now, right? I'm seeing a young Luka come in, setting records, drinking the fucking beer after the game,
Triple-doubles.
doing what he got to do. Giannis winning the championship,
But-
Jokic, Embiid,
Triple-doubles.
like these are guys that's always, bro. You think a European play, Okay, so we could pick 10 guys to be on a European team, right, and play against the American,
But
the
that's
U.S.
multiple countries, right?
No, that's
I'm just
fine.
saying.
That's fine. That's how the All-Star game should be. Fuck all this East versus West. Pick your best European players that's in the league
USA
and play
versus the
against the
world.
USA and see who win every time.
You think the world is beating USA? If we come out with our
If they
healthy versus
Talk that shit, B.
They haven't won.
Shit, B.
They haven't won yet. They haven't won yet.
Okay. All right.
Y'all can woo all y'all want. They
I
haven't
just
won
want to
yet.
see what the chat gonna say. Listen. Just pick the best European players right now against the best American players right now.
everybody's healthy.
Everybody's healthy.
100% health.
Listen, I know it's in there gonna be at least 50-50. It gotta be. You can't just be killing off these European players that's coming to America, telling niggas to sit down and watch out.
Saying it's too easy.
Why-
And
you
saying
want me
this
to
is
tell you-
easy.
you want me to tell you-
This is easier from back home.
You want me to tell you how sorry we think they are? Every European is a last pick in All-Star game. Nobody wants them motherfuckers, man. Every year, Rudy Goldberg,
Nigga, that's
liars.
buddy system
Huh?
shit.
Joker, liars.
First of all,
Yeah.
wait, hold on, wait.
Liars. We don't give a fuck about that. Liars. Get your sorry ass
That's a
down.
lie. That's a lie. Cause let's rewind this and let's go back to when
Lies!
KD. No, let's go back to when KD and Bron was doing the picks. Who got picked last? Russell Westbrook.
That was
No, that was nothing.
That was out of spite.
that was
out of
nothing,
spite.
that was out of spite.
That
Thank
was
you.
a tough crowd moment for me.
Luka was picked.
I remember that moment.
Luka.
I'm just
I mean,
saying.
I'm
Like,
just saying.
don't do that.
No, I'm
Like,
just-
and because wasn't Giannis the vote? Wasn't Giannis picking? Mm-hmm. So
He
ain't
picked
no
his
Euro-
team. Who
so
did he
ain't no
pick?
European last?
Who
It's
he
a
picked
Euro-
his team? Who he picked? He picked his teammates first.
No, a European was as a captain, so ain't no European being last.
And
Ain't
you
no
just
European,
said that-
ain't
you
no
just
European being
contradicted
last the
yourself.
last 2 or
Because
3 years.
You just said that-
Jokic was the last 2 years
Exactly.
straight.
And
No,
every time, what's the name?
last
made
year
the-
he
Was it Mark?
Yeah, yeah.
Who got taken like Joker? Joker
Joker
went over
twice.
LeBron, but there was somebody else left. right?
Another
Am I tripping?
European.
Who was MVP?
I don't care.
You do care.
I don't
Nigga,
care.
you do fucking care.
That's
Nigga,
not the
'cause
argument.
You are a stat
That's
man.
not the
you
argument.
Are a stat man.
I'm
You just
just-
fucking vouched for fucking Joker the whole fucking finals.
say the
Stat,
argument.
stat. All of a sudden, you don't give a
This
fuck
is
about
another
MVP.
argument.
And the
This
nigga
is
getting
another-
triple doubles.
This
You
is
just
another
said
argument.
he was better than Shaq.
This is another
because
argument.
He got 9 assists.
Wait,
Nigga,
he
all
said
of a
what?
sudden it don't matter.
Wait,
This
Stat,
is
stat,
another
stat.
argument.
who
This
said
is
he's better
another.
than Shaq?
He did. There's
He
another
did.
argument. No, that's you changing my
You
word.
said Joker
Hey,
was better
stick to
than
the
Shaq.
argument
Y'all
we're
better leave
making.
Shaq alone. Y'all
You
better leave
said
Shaq
if we
alone.
did-
How
Y'all
about
better
this?
leave Shaq
How about
alone.
this? How about this?
Y'all better
If
leave
we
Shaq
did a
alone.
one-on-one tournament,
Shit.
if we did a one-on-one tournament right now, the best players in the NBA, who's winning that? Thank you. Next topic.
One in
Next
the
topic.
One in the Europeans.
Right. Next topic.
One in the
Embiid not
Europeans.
gonna-
Next topic.
Embiid
One in
not
the
gonna have a
Europeans.
chance.
Next
Hey,
topic.
you know who's gonna win? Luka.
So
That's who gonna win
ladies and gentlemen,
one-on-one.
while we're here,
Luka.
I just need to point out
All right, go ahead.
that y'all love Gilbert Arenas, right? Y'all been asking us to do more episodes. We were supposed to be on summer vacation, but we could not leave y'all hanging. We'll be back all next week, Tuesday through Thursday. Normal cadence, 11:30 a.m.
Gil smoking
back
that
in
pack,
Gilbert
man.
Arenas.
Gil be
Not
tripping.
on the Zooms. Vegas was too hot.
Bye. I'm going to Lake Tahoe.
Hey,
I'm going
who-
to Lake Tahoe with this gentleman's cut.
What's
Come
up?
see me. I'm on a golf
Hey,
course.
I
with
seen
Steph
about
Curry.
CP3.
I seen about 35, 40 shows out here. Some shows got they got credentialed to be in the arena on the concourse. I seen a bunch of shows
What
here
up,
at Blue
30?
Wire. I seen a bunch of shows here all across Las Vegas. Who got Zion Williamson to break his silence and come pull up?
What up? I'm about to go kick it with 30.
You
I'm
gotta
about to
hang
kick it
with
with 30.
CP. If you hanging with 30, you gotta fuck with CP. G.
Yeah.
Fuck you talking about.
Yeah.
You better straighten up. You better straighten up, nigga. Hey, you better straighten up. You better straighten up.
Hey.
This is my homie now. This the homie now.
Brandon, this is a serious question.
This the homie now.
And Chris Paul's like, look, I'm sorry. I was just in a mood that day.
the homie
Send me
now.
some tough crowd. Will
What's
you
up?
send him some tough crowd?
Hell yeah.
Okay, let's make it
I'm just waiting for the apology.
Hey, he just, I was 16. I could get over it.
I can get over it, but and then I'm gonna put him in my top 5. Put him in my top 5. You damn right.
CP3, we know you're
You
watching
damn
this like
right.
every other player in the
You
league.
damn right.
You heard the criteria.
Funny as hell,
Damn
man.
right.
I love y'all niggas,
I'm in there,
man.
wait, you
Y'all
damn
funny
right.
as hell,
You got
nigga.
48 hours
I
to
don't want no
respond.
beef with none of my peers like that.
You got 48 hours to respond, CP3, but Brandon got some tough crowd gear. If you could find in your heart
Shit.
to apologize
He
for
thought
that
he was gonna
moment.
win Game 6 with me at that Game 6 courtside. Shit.
And he said he gonna put him in the top.
I ain't gonna
Shit, you
put you
damn
in.
right.
We so biased.
You were getting in the top 5.
So players. We ain't players. We won't. Like you said, we won't respect and love. Shit.
Shit, nigga. What's up?
But yeah, like I said, we'll be back all next week. We know y'all love the show. Like I said, 40 shows out here. Some people got the credentials to be in the arena. You know, we had to be here at the Blue Wire Studio here at the Win. Not a bad place to be. Win and Encore, my 2 favorite hotels in Las Vegas. We got Zion Williamson.
Yes, sir.
Y'all seen it.
Stack Jack.
Stack,
We got
stack, shout out
Stack.
to the captain.
5.
And we got the
What they do?
super vet Tillman.
We got Xavier
Tillman.
Tillman, only 24, super vet family, man.
He wanna
watches
come
the
back.
show for
He said he
motivation.
wanna come back, man.
Yeah, he
Oh,
was
we
working.
got-
Yeah, he was working
He got-
early.
he got a
was
break.
working
It's
early
Good,
off the
man.
court.
Nah,
He was
man.
working early off the court.
No. To be honest, man, 20-fold, man, that's a good dude.
Yeah.
Because,
Yeah, nah,
you know,
nah,
we
for sure.
sitting
Nah,
here,
for sure.
here,
Nah,
and
dead ass.
that's Zion's competition when it comes to who's going to be guarding him in the game. And he's concerned. Like, yeah, you know, what you go do. Like you know what I mean? You can see how players care about players, man.
Yeah.
No matter if you competition, I really want to see you healthy and I want to see you out there playing so I can go against you.
Yeah,
and that showed a lot of character, man.
Yeah, you
No,
know
shout-
who gives me that too? Draymond. Like Draymond like, on this podcast. Like no matter what he said, he's always talking about other people and like other guys in the game.
But before we get off though, I got
We still, yeah, we, oh.
Oh, we ain't going. We got 5 minutes.
Oh, we-
Condolences.
yeah. Oh, yeah, we
to-
gotta-
I
yeah.
had a family, loss. And
Okay.
I wanted to
Go ahead,
just
go
give
ahead. You got it.
condolences
Floor is
to
yours.
to the Wilson family, Omar Precious, my family back in Durham, man, lost an uncle figure, and I just wanted to be able to do that before we got off air. Just be able to send them some wishes.
I don't know if they're kicking us out, but we got about 4 minutes left in the show. So we rocking with y'all. Just super thank you to the chat. We didn't do mostly fans. We didn't have all the Caucasians dipped on us SB week. They went to go support Pat McAfee and the ESPys, ESPN. But we still had to rock with y'all. We still have a few people left. Shout out Trev, who's over here. Shout out YC. Shout out the rest of the crew, Tim, Spencer, everybody. Shout out Melissa.
That's where all the white people
Hey, you know, hey, that ski is the best song out. Ski.
That's where all the white people
trying
went
to shoot
to.
my shot like Steph Curry.
It's ESPY. We're doing a show while the ESPYs are on, and the chat is still here. We're like 5,000 deep right now, which lets me know that y'all not fucking with all media. I don't care who won what ESPY.
Real shit.
booty
Real
ass.
shit. We need that 10,000 though.
We need the
Farted on the
Black
queen.
We're going to do the Black ESPYs. We're going to be back in Summer League next year, doing it bigger and better than ever.
Yeah, come to my
We're not
room. I
doing
got
the
the kush.
10,000?
Come to my room. I got the kush. I got to smoke
the
the room.
10,000 no more, G.
Oh, no, y'all got to renegotiate. That 10,000
rolling
was
them blunts like-
No, that 10,000 was before that last. Now you got to renegotiate.
We still in first season, G.
No, this is called 1.5. Damn.
1.5.
We got the
Damn, she got a yam.
extension. But yeah, last thing, so we'll go to last topic. We got some other shit we were gonna say. We'll say that for LA. We're gonna be around. Dame will still be a Blazer by the next time this show hits. James Harden, who knows where he'll be? He might be a Clipper. He'll probably still be a Sixer.
At the studio?
We're back in the
at
studio starting this Tuesday.
Tuesday. Oh, we back.
July 18th.
Back. And I'm going to have more Gentlemen's Cut, and you know what time it is. I didn't come to Vegas to play.
That's how you
It's
feel
time to, we not stopping. It's time to turn up.
Hey, Steph.
Leave him
Hey,
alone.
Steph.
Leave him alone.
Nah, hell no. Steph going to send me about.
Hey, this is a new Jennings right here.
No
No,
freedom.
no,
freedom.
No, actually, no. I go by, I changed my name. I go by Mr. B. If you want to see me out, call me Mr. B.
Mr. B.
And I'm drinking Gentleman's Cut, and I feel like I'm Michael Corleone. I moved the family to Lake Tahoe. Yes, I'm Mr. B now. Yeah, that's what y'all want. Yeah.
Talk your shit.
I'm from Compton, baby. What's good? Let's get
The
it.
chat is calling you 90 proof, Brandon.
That's right.
They said they want to see more of it.
And when you see this, you know what time it. Y'all gonna get that shit.
When you see the Gentleman's Cut, you know we're in Vegas nights. We're talking about doing a night show in the near future. Gil want to do an after dark show at least once a week. I think that makes sense.
about it, Gil. You're
It's
going
gonna
to
be
have to prep
Mr.
him.
It's gonna be
You gotta
Mr. B
prep
after
him, Gil.
dark.
We got some kids walking through earmuffs. You got earmuffs. Gil's Arena, we really spin. You're going to hear some things that's really going to make you a man before your time. But any final thoughts as we leave Summer League? I'll start with you, Brandon.
Nah, man. I just feel like any player that's playing in Summer League, like I said before, it's your opportunity to get a job. Like regardless if it's in the NBA, China, overseas, or anything, this is some of the best basketball we're going to see because every player is competing at a high level because he needs a job, right? Just like us with a podcast and everybody that we're seeing, I love the relationships, regardless. Like, we joke, we talk shit all the time, but, just the love, people coming up to us saying, they love the show, we want to come on and this and that. Like, I really appreciate it. I know Gil appreciate it. All of us, we appreciate it. So, I'm just thankful for the opportunity. And Gil, me growing up in LA, breaking bread, with your youngin'. And, that doesn't happen a lot with us LA guys. We're so like far apart, we don't fuck with each other. But, for you to give me this opportunity and be on this podcast and share my stories and, laugh, joke, and just, this is my therapy. This mic right here, this is my therapy to be able to show people who I am and things like that. So I really appreciate you, Josiah, McKence, the whole staff, everybody, Tim, everybody from Underdog, everything. So, I'm very grateful, very grateful.
I'm just honored that you guys, really believe, we can do this. Josiah turned down bags from other places for us to team up. So, I really appreciate you guys for really believing that we can be at this moment. And the reason we're having this talk is, contracts is about to be signed. Money's on the table.
Yes, sir.
And I think we just, 3 months we showed that we're worth something. And, we're worth to the culture, to the company, and just, how we just, stuck by each other.
No doubt. Hey, man, listen. It's like a high school family reunion out this bitch, meeting everybody, seeing people I ain't seen in fucking 15 years. Like B said, it's like the BET Awards all over, niggas and hoes everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And you got to love it. You know what I'm saying? So for me personally, to be able to gel with the homies, to be able to be back in that light again. And Gil, again, to stretch your arms out, and be like, yo, y'all come
Yeah,
fuck
man.
with me. Come
Yeah,
fuck
Gil.
with
I
me.
mean, you one person that love himself, but one thing about you though, man, you gonna make sure everything is like everybody's together. Like everything, like okay, I'm gonna make sure he get this. Okay, he might not be on my podcast, but he gonna get this. Like I'm gonna make sure he's still connected with me, and like that's one thing I do love about you, and I am learning about it. That's why I say I can always apologize when I'm wrong, and be a man about things. You know what I'm saying? Because you're teaching me. You're older than me, so I look up to you. I had your shoes on. Hibachi time. I remember everything. So, yeah, like this is a big opportunity for me, and I love it. Like, thank you, bro. I thank you, bro. Like,
And I'm not taking this motherfucking crown.
Hey,
off,
2024 Gil's Arena charter bus is being created.
Listen, we going from LA to Vegas. You better hop on, girl.
Family man. Y'all see y'all heard
Hey,
the
you can tell
gentleman's
a
cut.
married man, he don't even play just
Y'all wasn't listening, baby. Y'all
But
nothing to do with me.
I know two other brothers that want it. Me and Josiah, we gonna be up there working. KJ gonna be right by me.
I'm going to be in the back in that yak.
But they were all sipping gentleman's cut. I cannot because I turn up a little too much once the show's over. But I just want to say appreciate y'all
It's
to all
gone.
y'all.
Look, gentlemen, cut gone.
And I'm gonna be real, like Gil said
gone. I
before.
drink all that.
A lot of y'all may not believe it, but I've been working this game a long time. I had people come at me, do other opportunities, whatever. And my thing was like, yo, if Gil's not involved, I'm not fucking with it. And I'll just tell y'all candidly, like, no amount of money is gonna make me leave this shit. Well, I'm not gonna say that because I'm just fucking around. There's no bad, but just the thrill and joy I get. I told y'all all as much when we started the show, just to be around y'all. And people come to me all the time, like, yo, how come you don't give your opinions more, or whatever? And I'm like, I'm around 3 fucking NBA dudes. What I'm gonna tell them about playing in the NBA? And I hate the way the old media does that shit. It'd be square ass motherfuckers on the show. Oh, I think this, that, and whatever. It's like, motherfucker, you never hooped in your life. You never ran a 17. You never played a minute of NBA basketball. So just to be around you guys, hear your perspective, have so much respect and really admiration for all you guys and what you've contributed to the game of basketball. And to see the show, we started in February. We didn't know what it was going to be like. Quickly saw the numbers keep rising. Quickly saw everybody rocking with us. Quickly saw people stealing our ideas and trying to run them on those shows. Yeah. Gentrify them. I'm not going to say no names, but we watch everything. Y'all know me. I'm on the internet all day, so I see Twitter. That shit. Put something in the offering plate. It's fine. But then to be able to do this in Vegas, to have Zion pull up, to all the people, and y'all got here on Sunday. I've been out here since Saturday, just walking around. Yeah. All the league dudes giving love. Yeah. And it really surprised me. Like, damn, motherfuckers really watched the show. And it was like, damn, we got to chill out. We got to chill out a little bit.
But you being modest, but you really be on your shit, my nigga. Like you really do a fucking amazing job.
I'm about to say, when I first started, I was like, damn, Josiah be everywhere. That's what made me want to keep going hard too. Like, I do my fashion thing, but seeing, you, Gil, like just get out here and just like, you know what I'm saying? Like we're going pro again. Yeah. Like and one thing about that's why I say I apologize to any player that's starting a podcast because you're going pro again. Yep. Like this is your next profession. My next profession is fashion. I just happen to get into broadcast, so I'm going pro again and like all type of different things. So you just got to look at it like that. Like when you're done with basketball, you got to keep going. That's what helped me, have a better mindset and a different perspective because I was able to get into fashion, and then fashion led me to a podcast.
Man, talk that shit.
So for all anybody who's trying to get into space, whatever, and one thing you know about all these dudes, if you run up on them, you ask them for advice, you ask them for help. I remember Cameron watching on his show, talking about how he reached out, and some people say, oh, that's a competition, whatever. No, we fuck with all y'all, man. We watch everybody's shit, support everybody's stuff, want everybody to succeed. There's enough bags for everybody. We are currently getting the underdog bag, so don't infringe on that, but you can go get the FanDuel bag or DraftKings. I prefer underdog. I like the app. It's very functional, very easy to use.
Very functional.
Love pick'em. I'm a simple, when they first showed me this shit, I'm like, all right, I don't like doing all this shit with technology, but I can click a couple pick'ems, Sometimes we've been successful, sometimes haven't, but just appreciate you to the whole Underdog Fantasy crew. Like I said, we are back at work. We're acting like this shit is like the finality or something. We're back at work on Tuesday. We'll have the show 11:30 a.m. And most importantly, appreciate you to the chat, man. A lot of y'all be talking shit. You guys motivated me to lose a little bit of weight. I put some of it back on out here in Vegas, eating really good. Steak dinners at Lakeside and whatnot.
Lakeside was crazy. That's the first time I ate a whole meal.
I had caviar for the first time.
Hey, that Chinese spot in here is fire too. Y'all better go to that. Red 8. Shit, Red 8. Long Island.
Hey, this nigga's a level 9, bro.
90 proof.
The Long Island. The Long Island.
That's my nigga. He done
woke up. I'm about to go smoke 2
My nigga done woke up. CP done woke my nigga up. After dark. After dark.
Yeah, man.
But even with the chat.
Brandon, nigga.
Mr. B. No, I go by Mr. B.
Mr. B, nigga.
Mr. B.
With
a
the chat,
period.
y'all probably don't realize I'm watching the chat for pretty much the whole duration of the show, bouncing in and out of between topics. So when you see me, I'm always looking at the chat, seeing what y'all like, seeing what y'all hate, seeing the McConan jokes, all the other shit y'all be talking about. Oh, wrap up the segment, get to this, get to that. So we appreciate y'all. Y'all really the heartbeat of the show, man. So keep rocking with us. We'll have Mostly Fans back next week so you can ask your questions. We'll get all that stuff in. But until then, just want to say thank you to Blue Wire Studios here at the Wynn in Las Vegas. Thank you to the Wynn and Encore for supplying us with some baller-ass rooms. You know, next time come with the coupons and discount to the restaurants. So every time we pull up, nigga, every time we pull up to the spot, we are fully committed for the evening. Fully committed to what, niggas? Open tables.
Right here is so
it's
fucking
open
funny,
tables.
nigga.
Every time. Open tables, 9 o'clock, we're trying to eat. Oh, you can come back at 10:30. Like, nigga, do I look like
I'm hungry
I'm
now.
hungry at 9. I want to eat right now. But
When you see me,
the Win is popping. Appreciate y'all. We'll be back next week, so we'll see y'all Tuesday. Shout out to Underdog Fantasy.
Yes,
This is
sir.
Gilbert Arenas. Whoa, 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 whoa. See y'all.